101 in college hoops. Penn State with an 81-70 upset over number 8 Purdue. It's Penn State's first top 10 win in 5 years.
It's time.
You know what time it is?
The game for Tuscaloosa's longest running sports show.
The biggest goal of our team,
especially in the first half,
we at Bama, we're trying to be the best. Always is to win a national championship.
Something cool to look back on.
We don't want to waste a failure.
You're inside the game.
John Mechie on the ground.
Appreciate your interest in the game.
On your home for Alabama sports.
Alabama wins.
Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app. Powered by Tuscaloosa Toyota. And now, here's your award-winning host, Ryan Fowler.
And a big good afternoon to you. Welcome into the game. T-Town Tide at 100.9. I got to be honest with you. I don't recognize it, but I like it. Go SMU. Go SMU. The little fight song. We may hear that a couple of times. I'm sorry, Watt. I jumped right in, and I know we planned that, and then all of a sudden I hijacked that part. So go SMU. We're going to talk with Brent Beard. We got Lee Sterling on. We'll do SEC Parlay Pick Contest presented by Brian Harden Construction. It will include at least one SEC game, but we are really going to add to the prize package today. It's presented by Brian Harden Construction, ASME certification, I-beam installation, fabrication. If you're building from the ground up, let's build something together. We're always powered by Tuscaloosa Toyota, TuscaloosaToyota.com, 3325. Skyline Boulevard and online at TuscaloosaToyota.com. And we're going to be giving away, we're going to take what we were going to plan because we had our eyes on Texas, right? And then we had a little trip up, and now we're not there. So we're going to take what we were going to do on Tuesday and Wednesday on our Southern Ale House score prediction day, and we're going to add to that. We're going to add to that, and we're going to take it on a Friday and combine it. We'll make it a big day as we'll do our Parlay Pick Contest presented by Brian Harden Construction. We're also going to talk with Brent Beard coming up here in just a couple seconds. Why don't we head to Jacksonville, Florida? Second helping, Travis Ryer. You can find it where you get your podcast. He does it with Brent Beard. You can also find it First Coast News, Jacksonville, Florida. Brent Beard, I hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome back to T-Town. Hey, Brent. All right. I think I can hear him rattle on the phone, but maybe not. We'll get to Brent Beard coming up here in just a couple of seconds there. We'll work our way to a lot of different things, and he covers the ACC, so I'll be very curious to hear some of his breakdowns of this big matchup. So we'll talk to Brent. We'll dive into a lot of different things with him. We'll break down the SEC championship. We'll look at some other games, and we'll have a lot of fun as we sit here between now and 6 o'clock. We'll get you ready. And how many of us will be glued in to that SMU Clemson game? Dabo, no offense. I know you're an Alabama alum. We love you. But this weekend, we're not Dabo fans. I'm always big Dabo fan. I'm not one of those that dislikes Dabo and the Clemson Tigers, even though they beat us a couple times. Pull for him because he's an Alabama alum. So, but Dabo, not this week. We're going to pull for the guy that used to be an Auburn Tiger, Rhett Lashley. So let's go here. Brent Beard, First Coast News, Jacksonville, Florida. Brent Beard, I hope all is well. Welcome into the game in Tuscaloosa.
Well, thank you. It is. Excited about championship weekend that's coming up. Let me mention this real quick, too. If folks have not heard this, it's a good time for a reminder. SEC football schedule reveal is next Wednesday, December the 11th, on the SEC network. So fans may have an idea of what Bama is going to be doing next year on their schedule, but they'll know for sure next Wednesday night. And Ryan, as you know, the portal opens Monday for folks last 20 days. And as we have found out already, the winter portal is the most important one. So 2 dates, Monday the 9th and Wednesday the 11th are important.
Wow. I mean, I can only imagine, next week, and, you and I have talked about this for years, that the calendar of college football, there was a few gaps of time. Not any longer.
Yeah.
I mean, not any longer. That lull in December, because we used to have a little bit of a lull post-SEC title game. There is no lull anymore. It is all-you-can-eat buffet from the content gods.
Yeah, it really is. There used to be a lull until the first bowl start. Now, by the way, people are going to be wondering, well, when does bowl season start? bowl season starts a week from tomorrow. That's on the 14th, and we will have the normal, Ryan, about 6 or 7 games on that Saturday to tip things off as bowl season gets going. So, yeah, listen, it is in full swing. Bama basketball doesn't play until next Saturday when Creighton comes in, but man, there's a whole lot going on.
All right, so I want to do a lot of different things here, but let's go back to Tuesday evening when Ward Manuel released that college football rankings. You see Alabama at 11. Give me your reaction when you see Alabama there. You live in a state that's probably not very happy with the college football playoff rankings down to the southern part of Florida, but give me your reaction when you see the rankings.
Well, when I saw the rankings with Alabama at 11, at that point, I mean, it told me that they have got a real shot to get into the playoffs, and that they probably will not move from there, frankly. And I really don't think they move from there on Sunday morning. I think that's where they're going to be. And I know a lot. I've heard people that have kind of downgraded this and poo-pooed it, but I can tell you it's important. I think they have stars in their eyes thinking about Alabama Notre Dame or Alabama Penn State or whoever it could be, and what Alabama would draw in. And Ryan, look, people need to be transparent about that. I know that's not the final decision in what determines it, but don't think for a minute that TV has not somehow let them know what they prefer, and that will be a big talking point in that room, although it will never be mentioned publicly.
All right. Go to the ACC for a couple of minutes, because the overlap in Jacksonville, Florida is ACC and SEC country.
It is.
Give me the biggest argument that the ACC has if SMU loses tomorrow against Clemson, and we'll break that game down. We'll share some thoughts. We'll work our way to Georgia, Texas, and some of these other games. But what do you think will be the biggest argument the ACC will have?
Well, probably that SMU would have fewer losses, but yet the other argument with that for SMU around here is the proverbial, well, who has SMU really played? And that really does not move the meter. And you can say the same thing about Miami. Miami has lost like 2 of the last 3. They have not beaten anybody really in the top 25. They've had a really wonderful season for them. Miami is very fortunate, particularly with that Virginia Tech game, that they don't have more losses at this point. So, I mean, it's important, obviously, that the ACC gets a team in, but I'm not. They'll get 1, Ryan. I'm not sure they're going to get 2.
All right. So when you look at it, let's go to the game. When you look at SMU, are they a better football team?
They played real well. I mean, they can beat Clemson. I mean, Rhett Lashley has done a really nice job with them. Now, will their struggling schedule that they played, will that come back to haunt them at this point? And will Dabo lose 2 in a row, which is very rare for him? I mean, I still think that's going to be a tough situation for SMU with that Clemson defensive line with Peter Woods and company. Look, if South Carolina can beat Clemson, I would say SMU can beat them too.
Yeah, and that's the big topic. But I guess, and I admitted to the audience yesterday, I've been more Sabanized for the last 17 years. I can't imagine Nick Saban going on every media show that would allow him and talking about the possibility of losing. Because I know if we ever brought up the possibility of losing and how that would not impact your rankings or your seeding or whatever, I mean, he would go ballistic. And Rhett Lashley's in a media circuit talking about if he loses.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you just got a different frame of mind. No, that would be I mean, Nick Saban will always say, "Don't waste a failure," but he's sure not going to talk himself and his team into a failure before the game starts.
All right, let's go to the SEC in Texas. Georgia, Texas, another rematch, the one out in Austin. Obviously, Georgia won that football game. Now it's back in not a home field advantage, but you would imagine Georgia fans would be there and be there with bells on when you look at this game. When you look at this game, what do you see?
This game is still important to Kirby Smart. He wants to win a conference championship. That will never change because he is a Nick Saban disciple. I think there's some things here that are worth continuing out. That Texas continues to, I think, frankly, improve and improve considerably. They've been able to run the ball with Weisner and have been really impressed with what he's capable of doing. Still a little bit concerned for Georgia. Their offensive line is beat up. They do have to take Ratledge back. Nate Frazier, running back, has really played well. Georgia still leads the nation in drop passes. That's incredible to say that, but it's true. And right now, Ryan, Texas is just playing a little bit better than Georgia now. They're both going in. But certainly, if there's any coach who's capable of cleaning up what Georgia did against Georgia Tech and all the mistakes they made, it will be Kirby. But, I think this thing is close. I think it's another line of scrimmage game that Georgia won last time, but I think this is a different animal. But at the same time, it's just really difficult to pick against Georgia in a game like this.
Yeah, I'm there with you, and I don't think Texas. Could we take the offseason if Texas would win year number one in the SEC? Could we take that? Would we be?
Good question. Good. Would the arrogance meter go from what about 97% to what 120?
Well, really, it's the most arrogant fan base, and really, it's an empty trophy cabinet, right? They've won one national title in 50 years. Who knows? They may win it this year. But the trophy cabinet's empty, but the arrogance is overflowing.
Yeah. There's no lack of confidence there. By any stretch of imagination, but I do give them credit. They're playing very well, and they're able now to run the ball. And they lost Bo Davis to LSU. They lost Sweat, the big defensive lineman, to the NFL. But they really haven't missed a beat with those tackles and defensive ends. It's a well-stocked team, and really have to be impressed with what Sarkisian has done for the Longhorns.
All right. Do you think that this game, the SEC title game, is at risk? Because if SMU gets left out after playing in an ACC game, the argument that's going to happen this offseason. It's going to create a lot of conversation. Are these championship games at risk, in your opinion?
I'm going to say no because they just flat make too much money. Now some may want to go away, but I can tell you, as long as Greg Sankey is still SEC commissioner, it is not leaving Atlanta, and it will be played. So Ryan, I just don't see it. You're making in one game what some conferences may be making in 2, 3, or 4. So with that kind of money, now look, even with the money coming in from the House agreement and the settlement with that, they're still looking for money, and this is a chunk of it. I don't think will ever go away.
Okay, well, and I love Rick Neuheisel's plan. I don't know if it's feasible. That's for somebody else that's a lot smarter than I am to figure that out. But he said, do it the play-in games. Create play-in games. You know, when you're sitting here debating Ole Miss and South Carolina, because at this point Alabama would be there, then line them up on the field. We already know the SEC championship, and I can imagine that the ratings would probably be off the charts because the pressure of that game, of a play-in game.
Well, and look, I'm a big Neuheisel fan. I think he's one of the more creative guys in college football, but I'd certainly be open for that. But because, I mean, you've got now look, winning a title means something. And Nick Saban always said that. You can never minimize winning an SEC championship. But let's be honest, when you've got two teams who are already in the playoffs, how much run does it really mean?
Well, and I think when you're going to see this, the only game, and I'm talking about not just SEC, but other games like the Big Ten. You can go get a combo at a fast food restaurant for more than a ticket at the Big Ten. I mean, let that sink in. I mean, if you were in Indy, in Indiana, if you want to travel down from wherever, if you want to come up from Bloomington, which is south of Indy, but you have a chance to go there to the game for less than $20. I mean, let that sink in. I mean, that tells me right there that these are not, maybe they are money makers. TV's where they make the money. I mean, but tickets,
no doubt.
Tickets are kind of going at a very, very
I mean, they're like $12, aren't they? Something like that.
Yeah, they are. So
amazing.
Let me ask you about the Big Ten championship, Penn State, Oregon. Do you have any thoughts on there? I know we cover the SEC and ACC, but I mean, I can't justify in my head how Penn State can pull out a win here.
No, I can't either. Look, you've got a guy who may, I don't think he'll win the Heisman, but he's certainly going to be up there and get Dylan Gabriel for Oregon, and then you've got Alar. I mean, to me, there's no comparison between those two. Is it, Ryan? And the reality for this is, now look, he might, and it would do him a lot of good, but you and I both know James Franklin in games like this, it has not worked out real well, has it?
No, it has not. And that's why I'd love to go to Penn State, and I'd love to go to Notre Dame, too. I'd take either one of those. And who knows? Maybe SMU wins the ACC, and they're sitting there waiting on Alabama, and we can settle this thing on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be certainly one way to be able to do it. I mean, it will be a fun day tomorrow. But look, Tulane and Army and the AAC, that may be more exciting and have more meaning than some of the other bigger games.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I'm excited about UNLV and Boise State later this evening. I think that's a pretty solid football game.
I don't think there's any question about it. I've talked to some media friends who really think UNLV could win this game, and what a story that would be for them.
Now, the other part of this, I know you and I are going to disagree, and I'm admitting that here. I don't know if I like these automatic bits because, I mean, where you can jump from Clemson, I mean, think about where they could jump. By winning the ACC, they could jump from 17-4 tomorrow. UNLV could jump from 20 to at number, well, I don't know if you know number 4, but I mean, they could be up significant. Arizona State, Iowa State. I mean, that is a significant jump. I mean, should we really have these automatic qualifiers?
Look, it might surprise you, but I actually agree with you on this and have thought about that a lot. Aren't we setting ourselves up for a lot of problems by having probably too many of these? I mean, I understand, and look, and the question would be where you could cut them off. I don't know, but I think that's something that they were going to be looking at really hard in the off season, or at least maybe starting in 2026. Is how do they tweak this? Because your point's exactly right, but that is Ryan. It's exciting. But in some ways, isn't that or it used to be, your conference championship nightmare is if you've got an undefeated team and you've got a team with 3 losses, the 3-loss team wins, and hopefully it won't now, but it used to be that would ruin the undefeated team season.
Brent, I'm going to get you one final question. I want to ask you about Billy Napier. He coached here in Tuscaloosa, so we have a little bias. Yes. We're kind of rooting for him. If I'd have told you this team would be 7-5, at the end of the season, would you have believed me?
If you had told me that in September, I'd have said no way. But they've done a tremendous job, and they now have basically a top 10 recruiting class. See, they were 53rd about a month ago. Now, DJ Lagway, their quarterback, has a lot to do with this, and he has done just absolutely amazing things with them. I don't know if he'll get Coach of the Year, but there aren't many in the conference who have done a better job.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I think Beamer's got that locked up. But, even coming back to Kalen DeBoer, I think you could make a case when you look at this team because they could have hit the wall. I mean, they could have threw the towel in after losing a couple of games, and they didn't. And they're sitting here in a playoff spot. Hopefully Sunday morning or tomorrow evening you'll rest comfortably knowing that Alabama will be there. I mean, if you look at the way that Kalen DeBoer has been able to navigate this, pretty
I agree. And look, it's a shame and hopefully they will decide this a little bit later on. But I mean, listen, I don't even mean winning the national championship, Ryan. With where this team has been at times this year, to get in the playoffs and win a couple of games would frankly be a master class in a lot of ways in coaching.
There we are. Brent Beard, Second Helping. Connect with you where you get it with Travis Reier, Second Helping. You can also find him at First Coast News, Jacksonville, Florida. You can find him on great radio stations like this one in Tuscaloosa. Hey, Brent Beard, I hope you have an awesome rest of your weekend. Enjoy it. And you've got an excuse this weekend to do absolutely nothing.
Well, now one assignment you and I both have is the Heisman Trophy.
That's right.
So we'll be doing that this week too. And look,
last year when I called you, I was like, "Hey," because they usually send 2 emails, one with a PIN number and one of the other. And I'm calling Brent Beard. I'm going, Brent, where's the second email? I can't find the second email. Well, hey, two old guys trying to figure out technology. At least we can put 2 brains together and hopefully come up with one.
The simpler they can make this, the better it would be. But I'll tell you one thing, Ryan, and they'll never do it, and particularly with the Heisman. But there's some of these awards. How much better would we be if we waited until the season was over, or at least some way into the playoffs before we had to make that decision?
Don't get me on this soapbox.
Don't
get me on this soapbox.
Yeah.
I would love to see us wait until the postseason.
I agree. I agree totally.
Yeah. And hey, by the way, we've also got something else next week too. We got Antonio Langham going in the College Football Hall of Fame. That's big. So
absolutely. That's sweet too.
That's another one. So a big weekend, a weekend for us for college football and a lot of busy weeks next week. We'll recap it. Brent Beard, have a great rest of your weekend. Appreciate you, man, as always.
You too, brother. Take care.
Thank you. Brent Beard helping us out there. Look up at the call board. Let me see who's up here. 205-342-9904. Paul in Lincoln, traditional there, 54 minutes. We're going to get to him. Bubba in Northport, second up. Robert in Mobile. Wayne in through the lines here in a minute. Hope all is well, Paul.
Embrace the suck. Ryan,
how do you spell
embrace
that?
the suck. That's SAUCK. And the AU stands for Loserville. Loserville. It also stands for the Auburn Tigers. So,
man, I mean, that is nasty, Auburn Tigers.
Yeah. Has Vegas put a line out for
the bowl game?
The Auburn bowl game yet?
Let me check real quick. Let's see. Well,
anything?
They haven't got invited to a bowl game. I wonder why.
You know what? Most programs, when they lose 7 games, 4 consecutive years, you don't get invited to a bowl game.
No, you don't. Only winners go to bowl games. And 5 and 7 teams can go to bowl games, but you don't have the academics to go to a bowl game. So, if you were 5 and 7 and you were Vanderbilt, 5 and 7 would get you in because you got good academics. Well, not the case with the Lee County Tigers.
What you mean? They don't have any Rhodes Scholars in the in the psychology department down there?
No, sociology. Psychology is actually
Sociology?
Yeah, psychology is pretty.
Sociology?
Yeah, pretty tough. Sociology, which is according to the trends, it is a dying discipline. It's a dying discipline. Nobody else studies sociology. Very few people. But according to down there, it's like the number one major among athletes.
Didn't Scam Newton, wasn't he a part of the
He was. Yeah.
sociology department?
Yeah. There was a couple of the honor students.
Did he get a degree from Lee County?
He did. He went like one semester, and that's all it takes. I mean,
I guess so. Let's reiterate, Ryan, what I mentioned yesterday. Just because it's so embarrassing, Ryan. That program down there in Lee County, again, for anybody that didn't hear me yesterday, they've lost 28 games the last 4 seasons. Think about that. 28 losses the last 4 seasons. And they're a blue blood.
I mean, I couldn't even stop from laughing when you said it because and for those who don't live in this state, y'all don't get it, okay?
They don't get it.
But, I mean, they will literally, they'll walk up and tell you they're a blue blood. Listen, we're a top 15 college football program. Well, the history doesn't back that up.
No.
You
remember the last championship that they won? How about the you're there.
2010, but it was the Asterisk national title.
Oh,
right?
any kind of title, any kind of championship.
What it 2010?
2013 SEC champion.
Okay. Now, but you also got to remember now, we don't do this, but they do. They claim SEC Western championships too.
Yes. And you know when the last one of those was for them, for that bootleg program in Lee County?
I would imagine.
How about 2017?
But I'm sure that was probably a split too. That was probably a split. So
Right.
Paul, I want to go through these lines. Now, I will tell you that you went really good last week. You had Florida, you had Louisville, and you had South Carolina. Bama offense at 420. I will tell you that there's somebody a little bit closer. So
well, hey, it happens, Ryan.
And this guy has been hot as a firecracker.
Well, congratulations to whoever it was.
He may have his third ball in the bucket.
3 balls in the bucket. That's what I had last year, and it paid off for me at the end. So,
and the old
congratulations,
Rec Tech Grill.
It's been worked overtime, that Rec Tech Grill. I went to one of your sponsors today, Ryan.
You did? Okay, talk to me.
For lunch, Dreamland Barbecue down on Valleydale.
Okay.
Was down in that area, and me and my lovely wife said, "Hey, why don't we just let's get some lunch?" And before you know it, we're parked in Dreamland's parking lot, and got this barbecue pork sandwich. It was excellent. She got some. Oh yeah. She got some chili and some burnt ends. Very, very good. Very good.
Well, super, super cool. It's always good, and if you get a chance, try that chili too. It's pretty incredible. So,
yes.
Paul, let me go. I want to go through these lines. I should have did this before I went to you. Now I'm taking up some of your time here, but let's go through.
No, you're fine.
Let's go through the Mountain West Championship. This is a game that's going to be later this evening. It'll be 7:00. It'll be on Fox. The Mountain West Championship, Boise State, UNLV, Boise State minus the 4.5, and we'll play the 57.5 as the game total. Tulane's going to Army. That game also at 7:00. That'll be on ABC. It's Tulane minus the 5. 45.5 is we're going to play that. We are also going to include a team that's not too far away from you. You know, if I was up in that area, I might slip over to Jacksonville State and see what they got going. Western Kentucky going to Jacksonville State. That game starts at 6 on CBS Sports Network. That's the Conference USA Championship. Jacksonville State minus the 4.5, 57.5 is the game total. We'll play the Big 12 Championship, Iowa State, and we'll play Arizona State. Iowa State, Arizona State minus the 1.5, 49.5 is the game total. The American Championship, I've already went through that. Tulane and Army minus the 5 and 45.5 is there. Sun Belt Championship is Marshall and Louisiana. It is University of Louisiana is minus the 6, 57.5. Then we'll play Georgia and Texas. Texas minus the 2.5. Texas minus the 2.5. That game's tomorrow afternoon when your chance to watch Texas minus the 2.5. 49.5 is the game total. And then let's finish out these championship games. Pac-12 championship, Oregon, Penn State. Oregon minus the 3.5. 50.5 is where we'll play the total. Ohio and Miami of Ohio. This is the MAC championship. Miami of Ohio minus the 2. 44.5. And then we'll go Clemson, SMU. And it'll be SMU minus the 2.5 and 55.5. Go Mustangs. Go Ponies, whatever you want to say.
Yes, go Ponies. The Pony Express. We got to come up with a tiebreaker.
We do, yeah.
Where do we go here? Where do we go?
We got to go something around SMU, do we not?
Yeah, I could.
Total offensive yards, or
Yeah, let's do that.
But now, do we pull for a former Boog? Can we, in this one example, pull for Rhett Lashley? Didn't he coach down there?
He did. He was Gus Malzahn's OC down there. Then Gus let him go.
So, is it okay if we pull for a Boog?
Well, I don't want to speak for anybody else, Ryan, but if they win, they win. But if they don't, no biggie. You know.
Oh, are you in that club?
No. And it's hard, Ryan. It's hard for me to pull for anyone that's been associated with Lee County. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah. I'm right there with you.
Remember, Ryan. They hate us more than we hate them.
That's right. Blue blood.
Okay.
Blue blood. Yeah, blue blood.
Blue blood. 28 losses. Okay. All right, let's go.
Did you hear Tony back in the show yesterday in the 5 o'clock?
No, I didn't.
He gave you a lot of credit.
Back.
Yeah, he's back. I guess he must have broke up with the Auburn lady. I don't know. I was a rumor going around here. I don't know if it was true.
Was it? Well, it's what do they say, Ryan? It's undefeated. All right, let's yes. Yeah, Ryan, you done let me down in the ditch, right? All right.
You got some picks, Paul?
Yes, I'm going there. Okay. Give me the Georgia Bulldog.
Okay. Georgia.
Can we go the over this week, or?
Yeah, we can. The game totals. You can play the over, or you can play the under, and Georgia line is 49.5.
Well, I'm going to go over on the Iowa State ASU game.
Okay, that is also 49.5. So we'll play Big 12 over.
And I'm going to go the over on Penn State, the Quack Attack.
Okay. Big 10 over. And then we'll go tiebreaker, SMU total offensive yards.
Total offensive yards against the Clemson Tigers. I'm going to go 427 total yards.
427. Paul, I hope you have a great weekend. Go SMU.
Roll Tide, roll MAGA. 28 losses in 4 years.
28 losses, 4 years. Paul in Lincoln. Let's go to Bubba in Northport. Bubba, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well. Hey, Bubba. All right, no Bubba.
All is well, my friend. How's it going?
We're good.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. We can.
All right, no Bubba.
Turn down the radio just a little bit if you don't mind.
Good?
Yeah, we're here.
Got me? You got me?
We are. We're here. Sometimes you got to be never mind. I'm going to be nice. Let's go to Wayne in Northport. Wayne, good afternoon. You're in the game.
Good afternoon, Ryan. Big day tomorrow.
Technology's got Bubba confused out there. He's really struggling with that technology.
Yeah, big night tonight also.
Yes.
I think there's 3 results that are important to us. I really do. I think Boise needs to win. I think SMU needs to win. And in my opinion, in case one of those other 2 doesn't happen, we need Georgia to win.
Okay.
A win over the SEC champ, I think, helps you out in case the Boise result or the SMU result doesn't go your way. But here I go.
Now, hold on. I'm trying to figure out. Say it again now, because I want to make sure I heard you correctly.
I think a win over the SEC champ, which Georgia would be if they won,
Okay.
would help you if one
Yes,
of the other
yes.
2 results don't happen.
Okay. What's the other 2? Like UNLV, if they win, they're automatically in, right?
I know, but I'm not. We need Boise over UNLV. Maybe I said it backwards. We need Boise over UNLV, and we need SMU over Clemson.
I got you. Okay, yeah, okay, I got you. All right. Yeah, and that would, I'll take either one of those. And, but UNLV, according to our handicapper buddies, they like UNLV in this game. I'm not sure I do. That's in Boise, Idaho.
On the blue turf?
On the blue turf?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, UNLV's already lost to Boise State once.
Ashton Genty's run over everybody he's played this year, including Oregon, even though they lost the game.
That's a good point.
I think Ashton Genty, if he stays healthy now, if he gets hurt, we got a problem. But if he stays healthy, I think they're going to win the game. But here I go.
All right.
The SMU, give me Georgia, and give me, let me see, SMU, Georgia, and give me Oregon.
Okay, so you want to go. I like the Oregon pick. Lee Sterling will join us coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. I'll be very curious to hear his thoughts, but that Oregon line looks like free money, but there's no such thing as free money.
What is the line again? How much are they favored by?
So when you look at the Oregon Ducks, Oregon against Penn State, Oregon minus the 3.5 against Penn State. Oregon minus the 3.5.
Yeah, if it's any closer than that, they may lose, and I don't think that's happening.
Okay.
So there you go. That's
total offensive yards by SMU.
Give me 450.
450. SMU, Georgia, Oregon, 450. I got it, man. Appreciate you as always,
have a
Wayne.
good weekend and roll tide. Let's hope we get it. Well, what time's the selection show on Sunday? Do you know?
11:15 is when they will have the announcement. It'll start at 11. I think 11:15 is when they're scheduled. I think they'll do their little NFL show, and then they'll kick it to college football.
Okay. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Let's continue with more phone calls. We'll do that coming up in a couple of
Men and women who serve every day. Learn more and apply today at jointuscaloosapd.com. That's jointuscaloosapd.com.
Do you have timberland you don't know what to do with? Give North River Timber Company a call. Call Courtney White and his team of over 20 years experience in West Alabama and East Mississippi. Offer timber harvesting programs, timber appraisals, comprehensive management plans as a registered forester in Alabama. Courtney and his team can help you decide how to maximize the highest potential for your land. Courtney says timber is like money in the bank. See what your investment can do for you. Contact Courtney White at 205-242-5127, 205-242-5127, or North River Timber Company, CO.
On your home for Alabama basketball. Presented in part by BMW of Tuscaloosa and by Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi.
Don Wallace CPA, 527 Main Avenue in downtown Northport. Small business and personal income taxes, payroll, sales tax needs. They can also help you with nonprofit or church accounting or auditing. In business since 1999, they work for you, not the IRS. When you take on taxes, you got to have someone on your side. It's Don Wallace.
Free insurance benefits check and see your eligibility for coverage in minutes at trylifemd.com. That's TRYLIFEMD.com.
It's the longest running sports show in Tuscaloosa. You're listening to The Game with Ryan Fowler on Tide 100.9.
sports in our area. We're big fans of Hank Williams Jr. Let's try Bubba again. Bubba, are you there? Bubba? Bubba, are you there?
I'm here.
Now, that was me aggravating you, but the other one was not. I had not matched.
I know.
I just matched.
You gotta be ashamed of yourself. Santa Claus ain't gonna come
I'm getting in a silly mode today, I guess. Now that
I hope you miss a big buck.
Well, no, you're the one that didn't answer your phone earlier. That was not me, but that one right there was. I was aggravated.
Oh yeah, but that was you. I saw it. I know you're pressed for time, but I will say I didn't get the call yesterday. I'm an 8 about getting in. I think we're in, regardless.
8. You're an 8. Okay.
Yeah, I'm an 8.
Okay. So, that's like, you putting a lot of trust out there with those guys, right?
Well, I was after listening to your guest yesterday. My confidence even got, bigger. Most of them were saying that they was in regardless what happens to this game against Clemson and SMU. So, here we go.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. But I don't want to have confidence because I'm trusting 13 members of the committee and one guy not to stand up and say, guys, we've made ourselves look like a fool. Who knows?
You reckon I can get my preacher to put it up on the big screen Sunday if they get in during church? You reckon he would do that?
I would say yes. I think he should. I think you should.
Yeah.
What did you guys do last year?
All right.
What did you do last year?
I looked at my phone.
Oh, okay.
During church. I'm sorry. I'm a hypocrite, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go give him my pick.
Well, if you go into church, you're always on the winning team, so that's a start.
I know, that's right. I go every Sunday. I'm there most every Sunday.
Well, now do you go to a Methodist church?
No, I go to One Hope, which is a First Wesleyan, which is Methodist with Baptist on the half shell. That's what we call them.
Okay,
somewhere in between.
Well, the only thing is, I would probably go to a Methodist church on Sunday.
Well, I grew up Methodist, so
okay. Well, you claim Methodist,
Yeah. My dad was a volunteer youth minister for 35 years. So
okay, yeah. We're all Southern Methodist today. Yeah, we're
that's right.
SMU baby, go. And we have
here we go.
Our boss downstairs, his son goes to SMU. He's in law school out there. So
okay,
go SMU.
I'm gonna give him my pick.
All right, go. Ready?
Let's go. Oregon.
Okay.
Arizona State.
Got it.
Georgia.
UGA. Oregon, Arizona State, and Georgia, Oregon. All right, and then we're going SMU total yards.
429.
429. Oregon, Arizona State, UGA. Bubba, thank you, man. Hope you have a great day. I'm sorry I aggravated you.
No, you're good. You're good.
Know, but I need a good conscience going into the weekend. I can't,
Yeah, you're gonna miss the big bump. You're gonna miss the big bump for doing that to me. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, you know me. I normally I hunt all does, so I'm that's all right though. So all right, thanks, man.
All right, bud.
Thank you, Bubba. We appreciate that. We'll continue with more phone calls. Robert and Mobile, get ready. We're coming to you coming up in just a couple of minutes. SEC Parlay Pick Day presented by Brian Hart Construction. We'll run through the prize package picks. We're going to run through these spreads as we do every top of the hour. We'll do this as we move on, but we're also going to give you away some great goodies. Let's go back with our every Friday. We've been doing this. El Gran Patron, Carlos, and all the great folks there. Some great Mexican food. One of our great sponsors there on McFarland Boulevard. Go over and see Carlos. Have some great chips and salsa, the great fajitas, the chimichangas. Fried ice cream's incredible, but I love the fajitas there. You can also do the Dana Bowl, the Jose Bowl. Those are some bowls that include shrimp and some different items there. Those are good recommendations, named after a couple of friends of mine, and you can find it there with Carlos. El Gran Patron. We sent Pat over there a few days ago, and Gave him a big gift card. He said, man, it was some of the best Mexican food I've ever had. So we appreciate those guys. We'll do a Daniel Moore 2025 calendar. How about that? And a mini print. How about that? Thank you very much. Pat's Flores, 1010 Queen City Avenue. We'll roll that over from Tuesday. Jackson, do you know why we're not playing in the SEC title game? Because we would normally give this away on Tuesday with the Pat's Flores and Gourmet baskets. But any reason why we're not there and Georgia's there?
Well, I don't mean to throw us under the bus, but I think it has something to do with us not being able to take care of business against Oklahoma. If I had to guess.
I think you're 100% correct. So that's okay. It's all part of the plan. It was part of the plan. You know, it was we wanted to make everybody happy for a couple of minutes, and then here comes Alabama going to backdoor this thing. So,
we have to try and please everybody.
So we do a Pat's Flores Gourmet basket, 1010 Queen City Avenue. We'll do a dozen red roses. We call that doghouse prevention around here. You've watched way too much college football. This would be a great place to do it. We'll also put a Southern Ale House score prediction contest in there. Thank you, Southern Ale House. You could use that at either location. And then here's something new that we're going to put in here. I mean, this is starting to really amp up a little bit. Deli Press, which is owned by the same folks at Southern Ale House, they've given us a $25 gift card to put in there. How about a little Deli Press? If you're looking at Southern Ale House, Caddy Corner, I know our sister station was out there broadcasting live a couple of weeks ago. Deli Press, we'll put a $25 gift card in there with some great salads, sandwiches. The Reuben is amazing. When you look at the Reuben sandwich, the Solomon's always great. The Club. They also do a Dagwood that's pretty incredible. Daily soup specials like the duck and andouille sausage gumbo. How about that? You ever had a little duck gumbo? You can at the Deli Press. So we'll put a $25 gift certificate in there. So make this count, right? El Gran Patron gift card, Deli Press gift card, Southern Ale House gift card, dozen red roses courtesy of Pat's Flores and Gourmet baskets, Daniel Moore 2025 calendar and a mini print, and then we'll take care. How about a car wash courtesy of Reds? So, by the way, your car's looking mighty fine out there. Did you get her all polished up? You look like you did. Did you go out and?
It went through the wash yesterday, okay. So cleaned it up.
You know, I may be your guy for that. So I don't wash cars, but I mean I
wash mine by hand.
I think giving a producer a car wash is the least I can do. So
I think that's a great Christmas gift. I would appreciate.
I think I can get you more than just that, but you never know. I never know. All right, so there we go. Red's Car Wash, which is right on McFarland Boulevard, right there. But I mean, we're giving away sponsors that are like within 2 blocks of each other, so you could ride a bicycle between all these. Forget about riding a bicycle. You could jump between these locations. So here we go. Let's continue, and we'll go to Robert in Mobile. Robert, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well.
Hey, man.
How are you, Robert?
Well, I was listening to one of the shows on YouTube, and I heard the SMU coach already talking about if all his players caught COVID and couldn't play this
Can
weekend.
You imagine?
I guess
listen, we've all been Sabanized. Could you imagine Nick Saban going out there and saying, well, listen, if we lose this game, we still deserve to be in?
I think he might make a case for it. Yeah, if they lost, I suppose, because it's that kind of season. But it's the coach committee's fault for putting SMU so high up over Alabama with the schedule they have. I mean, it should have been like a play-in for them, with them and Clemson, with the ACC being so terrible. This is your chance to play yourselves in, and maybe then there will be an incentive for them to win it. But since you have them in already, the way they did it, and with this bad schedule, then if you kick them out because they played the extra game, then it'll look like you're punishing them for playing the extra game. When in reality, you're just giving this kind of a play-in for the ACC. You would really neither team. I would say deserve. I don't like that word because if you're, they pick you, I guess you deserve to be there. I guess you're there. But you'll be encouraging teams to just have bad schedules unless you change, unless something changes. If you reward the ACC with 2 teams with schedules this bad, And with competition this bad, it is what it is as far as SMU is concerned. But if you let them in, and then, then the SEC just needs to find a Pat CU to play definitely out of conference. No more Wisconsin. And in the case of Miami, or who has Clemson? I guess Clemson shouldn't have played Georgia. They hurt themselves by playing Georgia. They should have just not scheduled a game like that. But the SEC gets rewarded for no games like that.
You're split not you, but everybody is split multiple different ways, because you could skin this cat a half a dozen ways, right? I mean, you could say, all right, you must go out and schedule quality opponents, but to also be fair, you're playing in an ACC championship game, but you're also in a weak conference. I mean, you're two big boys left, Texas and Oklahoma, and you could make the argument, okay, this league is tougher because of the subtraction that you did from the Big 12. So Yeah,
it's. They have to take strength of schedule in context. Otherwise, no one's going to schedule tough games. That's just how it's going to be. You're just not going to do it. When you take away the incentive to do it. Again, Clemson would be in great shape had they never scheduled Georgia. The way SMU didn't schedule anybody tough, Boise. And the only team out of your conference you did schedule, and again, is Boise State, which, okay, that's really not super tough competition. You still lost to. One guy brought up a good point. Alabama and SMU are kind of the opposites of each other. Alabama has great wins and a couple of bad losses, and 2 bad losses. SMU has, if they lose to Clemson, they'll have 2 decent wins, I suppose, 2 good wins, I suppose, but 0 good losses. But 0 good wins. 2 good losses, I suppose, but 0 good wins. Well, that's the polar opposite. Alabama has bad losses but great wins. SMU will have supposedly great losses, are they really great losses, and no good wins. And you look at the top 17 teams, there is not a single team in these top 17 that SMU would be favored over. Except one, Clemson. Everybody else, they would not be favored over. You only favor over one team in the top 17 and you're playing them, and that's Clemson. That's because Clemson, their ACC schedule is so bad. Iowa State. Would they be favored over Iowa State? SMU? No. And people like to say, that the odds don't matter. Yes, they do matter. That's real people telling you their real opinion of how good you are. So that does matter. But, it is what it is. We'll see what they do with SMU.
Jackson, I'm going to find the Lane Kiffin audio clip, because Lane Kiffin went through and explained this. I'd like to play that after Robert, if you can. If not, I'll find it and I'll send it to you. It was sent to me, and I went and listened to it, and he's spot on, because this league is built different. And I think, when you talk about, that's not an arrogance, that's just being honest.
Yeah.
This league is, Robert, I'll play it right after your phone call, and it is just, it's killer audio. He said something that everybody is afraid to say. He did. He literally said something everybody else is afraid to say.
Yeah. Oklahoma in the ACC would rule it.
They rule it. Take just an average team, LSU, or you mentioned Ole Miss. I'm not sure.
Vanderbilt would probably be at the top of the ACC.
Vanderbilt would probably do the same thing as SMU.
Yeah.
Florida 7-5. Florida 7-5. What if they didn't have to play these teams? What if they didn't have to play? Tell you what, let's go real quick to let's go analyze their schedule, because when you look at the Florida Gators, who did they play?
They had the toughest schedule in all of college football.
Did
Florida
they really?
Did. Yeah.
All right. So I want to go to Florida's schedule. Okay. So this is their losses. We won't count their wins. They did lose to Miami 41-17, so you got to give them some credit there. They lost to Texas A&M 33-20. They lost to They lost to Tennessee 23-17. They lost to Georgia 34-20. They lost to Texas 49-17.
Yeah.
They could have gotten both Tennessee and Georgia.
Yeah. And Texas. So, I mean, you start like making the case. That's not being arrogant, just being honest.
I mean, you're right. There's literally not a SEC team that, not a single one that wouldn't be in the top of the ACC right now if they were there.
But how? Okay, but how do you?
Well, aside from Mississippi State,
what was the stat term that we would always?
Yeah, I agree.
You would do a weighted. Robert, you're an engineer. It's what's the stat term where you would do you weight something based on the strength.
A weighted average.
Is that what it is? Just weighted average? Okay, so you would do that. I almost feel like that we're going to have to go into some of these analytics to really understand it, because all conferences, as Lane Kiffin's going to explain coming up here in a couple of seconds, they're not equal. They're not equal. And South Carolina fans found my graphics this morning, and I've been kind of peppered with their nasty comments, but and really don't care. You're not a football program. You're known for women's basketball, and a very, very good one, by the way.
Yeah, if you want good competition, everybody wants good games in the future. It's great for the sport. It's great for the fans. But if you want to reward, if you're going to reward teams playing mediocre schedule and have a mediocre conference by getting multiple teams in the playoffs and punishing folks who have to play tougher competition, then there's just no incentive to play these tougher games. They're just not going to, especially out of conference. You're not going to see it anymore, which you'd be crazy to do it. Okay, my picks. Of course, it's Georgia. Georgia, of course. And I don't think anybody going to pick Texas.
Texas?
No, I don't think you'll get anybody going to pick Texas.
Okay. Really?
But Georgia, let's see. I'll go SMU, of course. I'll let slamming SMU. and let's just say the safest route for them to win.
Well, hey, you know what? Line us up in the second round. Because if, we don't want to be in the first round because we might be not there, but line us up in the second round. We'll settle this thing on the field.
Exactly. Yeah, really. So Georgia, SMU, and Arizona State. I guess I'll pick them.
Got it. All right, Robert, give me total yards by those nasty, nasty SMU ponies.
Let's see. So they want them to win, and Clemson's defense is suspect at best. I'll go 475.
475. Georgia, SMU, and Arizona State, 475. Robert, I appreciate you. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
All right, man.
Let's play the Lane Kiffin audio. It's about 2 minutes long. SEC Mike is the audio courtesy. It's courtesy of Ole Miss, but he's the one that chopped it up, so we've got to give credit for him. I believe his name is Mike Brannon, Mike Brannon.
I think that's who broke it first or posted the first clip.
Because he got like
this is off a different account.
He got like 6 million views, so we'll give him credit. SEC Mike, we don't know who you are, but I'm sure you're a great Mike. Let's continue. Let's go to Lane Kiffin. This is the conversation.
It's why it's just different. It's just totally different. And these comparisons of other conferences and ACC and Big 12, I mean, it's just like, you might as well be in different leagues, not conferences, different leagues. Like here's the NFL, here's the SEC, here's those few Big 10 teams, and then here's everybody else. So you're going to see it in the draft. It'll be different, like it always is with the SEC, the amount of kids drafted out of here and there. And so it's really a bad system. Here you go. You got me going. It's just a bad system. It's a bad system. And you got people in there in place of it. And I don't know, they gave me the list of the coaches today. Any of those coaches ever been down here in the Deep South into these stadiums and played in these games that are on this? So how do they even know? How do they even know what it's like to have to go win in these stadiums, in these places, and on the road of teams that they say, well, these teams are 500 teams, and we have, the week where the three favorites all lose on, the senior day and night in three of the hardest stadiums in America to play. It's much different than where these other conferences go and play their, 6-6 teams that they got to go play, or 5-5 teams at the time. Just totally different. And you got to get up for it every week. It's a lot easier when you got to get up for 2 games a year, to get your team up.
All right.
It's why it's just.
So that's Lane Kiffin talking about it's just different. Let me remind you about Seize the Deal. Sterling slices and sweets, $12.50. Go to Tide109.com. Tide109. Seize the deal. Seize the deal. It is Sterling Slices. Okay. He's aggravating me. That's okay. All right. I brought my hammer and I brought my wire pliers and some nails here today and repaired something here at the studio. Been working on it during the break. I guess now since I'm, I get bored sometimes, here during the break, and I think I'm going to start crocheting blankets or something. I think that's what I'm going to start doing.
They always say it doesn't get cold down here, but it's been pretty cold. So.
It has been. It has been. It was cold this morning. Woke up, let the dog out. That's my morning project. And when the dog sits at the door and says, "You gotta like give them some motivation, like come on, you must go, Riley. I'm sorry, we don't do the potty pads in the house. Okay, and last thing we want dog crapping in the house. Some people do, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm not judging, but I've seen her crap. She's about 100 pounds. She's a blue Weimaraner. I don't want nothing like that in the house. Okay, so that's just she must go. I don't care if it's 21, 22, or 99. You must go. You must go. She didn't want to though. She looked at it. So this morning we went outside and. But need a little motivation. Need to kind of encourage them like the Alabama Crimson Tide. Just kind of encourage them a little bit. All right, we're always powered by Tuscaloosa Toyota. I do remind you about the Wharf, the Working Western headquarters since 1976. Go over and see my friends Mark and Lee. If you're looking for that cold weather apparel, how'd you like how we turn that into a spot? If you're looking for a new pair of jeans, they've got those. The insulated boots, the waterproof boots, hunting boots, casual boot, Western wear for the entire family. Since 1976, the Working Western wear for the entire family. Go over and see our friends right there on McFarland Boulevard. If you go by one of the gift cards that we're giving away for El Gran Patron, you go right past those guys. Nice Mexican place right there, the next shopping center. The Working Western wear for the entire family is the Wharf. If you're thinking about Christmas, new pair of boots, I know we have somebody on our shopping list that's requested a new pair of boots. I can't say it on the air because that person might be listening. But yeah, I think my wife has some plans. So the Wharf, the Working Western wear for the entire family since 1976. Jackson, let's go. You want to go to the phone calls? You got something? You got something on your mind? You just.
Well, I just saw this, but Notre Dame tweeted a photo of their stadium yesterday, and it's all under snow, and it said perfect football weather.
Well, and
all the comments are saying Alabama is toast.
Okay. Let's go to South Bend. I want to go to South Bend and see how cold it is right now. Because the problem with South Bend is they have the lake effect snow, and you'll go to bed, nothing on the ground, and it just so catches. It's 29, it's 44 here. It's not that big of a difference, but tell you what, I can look out. Let's go long term. Long term, I got to watch a commercial now. I'm not going to watch a commercial. Forget about it. But it's just say it's going to be cold in Indiana. But the thing is, you go to bed with nothing on the ground, and you wake up and it'll be a foot because of the lake effect snow. But it's cold. It's cold. But hey, Alabama, you've always wanted a white Christmas. Here's your chance. Stephen, Raleigh, North Carolina. Stephen, good afternoon. You're in the game.
Roll Tide, Ryan.
Roll Tide. You hit 3 in a row, but your tiebreaker was a little off, just a little bit. We had a guy who missed it by like 6-7 yards.
I don't even remember what I put down as my tiebreaker.
385.
385, and what was the...
Bama total offensive yards. Bama total offensive yards.
Yeah,
and,
how many did they have?
457.
Okay. Yeah, I was a little off there, Ryan.
That's okay. But, I mean, you get to take, the partial victory lap, and we'll ship that absolutely...
No.
Yep, we're going to ship absolutely nothing to your front door.
I don't live in Lee County, Ryan. I don't live in Lee County.
You don't want a participation trophy?
No. I want to win it. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about, earlier in the week, I didn't get the call. You guys were talking about maybe at some point the SEC, championship game may go away, or these conference championship games, as that was you were phrasing it. And Ryan, we've had that championship game since '92. I think that's the year we expanded to 12 when we added Arkansas, maybe in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, when it means something when you say you have 30 SEC championships. That SEC championship, especially to us old timers, means a lot. And now you have, but when you had 10 teams or even less at some point, you pretty much almost played everybody in the conference. But now, Ryan, you got 16 teams in the conference, and I would hate to know that SEC championship still means something, Ryan. And you're only going to play 8 or you're going to have to go to 9 games for sure. I mean, what's the tiebreaker is going to be to win the SEC championship at that point? I just would hate to lose that conference championship game.
Okay, so I do hear you.
And I realize the end all be all.
We could use Alabama for this a few weeks ago. If Alabama doesn't go to Norman, Oklahoma and loses that game, we were all talking about, well, should we go? Should we go? Do we really want to go? Like if you put Kirby Smart and Sark on a table, and you said, I'm going to hook you up to a polygraph machine. Do you really want to play in this SEC championship game? They're saying all the right things publicly because, the cattle prod would, from Greg Sankey would, because it's sponsored by a big sponsor and all these different things. So, I don't think they really want to play it.
So you're telling me that Kirby Smart's just, okay, let's just crown Texas right now. They're the only team with 1 loss, right?
They are, but you're also...
So we're crowning Texas right now, and they didn't play anybody, Ryan. They didn't play Tennessee. They didn't play LSU.
But what's your ultimate goal for Kirby? Like, if they lose tomorrow but win a national title, you think that fan base is going to be...
Oh, no. Well, I mean, we did the same thing in, 2018.
Well, but...
Ryan, you're right.
And so I guess when you look at it, it's the SEC. Most of our eyes are set on a national title. I mean, except Auburn. I mean, Auburn would... they would kill for an SEC title, especially with, what was it, Paul said?
We make fun of them for what the last time they won the West was 17, y'all said, or 13?
Well, they're the only ones that keep up with that. Yeah. I mean, who keeps up with the SEC? I've read the media guide at Alabama cover to cover. Okay? If you stuck a gun in my head and you said, Ryan, you either tell me the number of SEC Western championships we have, I don't even have a clue. I'm not even sure you could find that. How many times has Alabama won the SEC West? I guess you could Google it, but it's not in the media guide. At least I haven't seen it.
No, it shouldn't be, nor should it. But that's a Lee County banner type.
Have you ever seen a T-shirt around here? We're SEC Western champs. I mean, I've never seen that car tag.
Georgia doesn't run around saying we won the East 6 years in a row.
No, they don't. That's just an Auburn thing. That is
only an Auburn thing. Only an Auburn thing. So, hey, I was thinking about you when Alabama smacked UNC in the mouth. How about that?
What did you hear those chants? Yeah, I was there. Did you hear those?
Hold on, I didn't think you were going. I didn't think.
Yeah, no, those tickets came. A single ticket I got in for like $69.
Okay.
No, I was in the rafters. It's pretty big in there.
Okay. All right.
We took over. I mean, the UNC folks did not like it, Ryan. They did not like those chants at all.
We're truly a blue blood in football, and now we're working our way on basketball. Thank you, Nate. But I wouldn't want nobody taking over Bryant Denny and yelling. But I mean, hey, defend your court, man. Defend your court.
That's the third time in 3 years that we beat them, and then we beat them for Big Dog, and we beat them for Stevenson. I mean, we're really truly becoming a UNC rival in basketball.
Who would have ever thought that?
No, I would have never in a million years. Our glory days was Wimp Sanderson forever.
But now here's the thing. So you live there in the area, Stephen. Are you walking around like with the Alabama shirt on? I mean, you're out there
I walk around with an Alabama shirt all the time. Sometimes I go to Chapel Hill to go to dinner just to wear an Alabama shirt.
Okay. Well, you're going to have victory now. I mean, they can't even look at you.
There's a pretty good all-you-can-eat sushi buffet over there. It's called Mr. Tokyo, and don't knock it till you try it. Don't knock all-you-can-eat sushi until you try it. Yeah, it is cooked.
Those are two things that should never go together.
All-you-can-eat sushi.
Yes. Yeah. It just sounds. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't knock it till you try it. Well, let me give my picks.
All right.
Get out of here. I know you got some other people wanting to do that.
Talk to me.
Hey, I think I agree with you. Oregon sounds like sounds like easy money to me.
Just don't forget now. And don't build those buildings losing money.
Well, when's the last time you James Franklin won a big game?
Can I get back with you?
Exactly.
He's 1-15 against top 5 opponents.
Is he really?
1-15.
1-15.
1-15.
And
8 of them were at home.
Tell you what, boy, he's got an attitude, doesn't he? I mean, he is.
Oh my God!
I mean, he little spunky. He went after
Based
Mike
off
Loxley.
Of the Vanderbilt reputation. I mean,
could you imagine? Now, I know. Listen, we're all learning Kalen DeBoer. He's very mild mannered, very polite, very respectful. James Franklin went after a Penn State fan in the tunnel after the Ohio State game. I mean, literally. I mean, could you? And I never heard anything about it. Like, could you imagine the Alabama coach challenging after a loss to Vanderbilt or whomever?
I mean, Sirianni got flamed for yelling at the Eagles fans.
I mean, the guy went after. I mean, he literally, was yelling at the fan. Literally, hey, give me your name. Give me your name. I know you know my name. I want to know your name. I mean, what are you going to do? Challenge him, coach?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, you're the guy making $8 million a year. I don't know what he makes, $10 million a year.
And the minute you start listening to the fans, as Coach Stallings used to say, you'd be sitting with them before too long.
Right, exactly. You know, over here at UNC, they're freaking interviewing Bill Belichick. That is crazy.
Well, I heard Nick Saban on ESPN Radio, or I didn't hear him on ESPN Radio. We're affiliated with Fox Sports, but I heard him on the X account. Pat McAfee reposted that, and he said, well, there's really not much difference between the NFL and the college football game. That, you're in a management personnel. That's what you're doing.
But Belichick, you still got to recruit, Ryan. I mean, can you see Bill Belichick going into these high school kids' homes?
See, his personality, I mean, he'd have to – what do you – yeah. That would be –
Well, was Mac Brown really that much different?
Well, and great point, Jackson, because now it's all about money. I mean, really, it's not recruiting anymore. I mean, I'm not trying to downplay what people do, but because if you don't have the cash, you're not going to do anything. What are you going to do?
Texas and Oregon's buying a team, so I guess Belichick could if UNC came up with the money. I don't know anything about their football boosters or anything.
All right.
Well, let me give my scores. I'm Oregon. I think I gave that one. I'm going SMU, Ryan.
We're all Methodist this week. We're all Methodist this week.
I'm going SMU. And what's the SMU Clemson over under?
Clemson 55.5. 55.5.
Let's go over.
ACC over. And then we're going SMU total yards. I mean, we're just praising SMU.
Yeah, I'm. I don't really have watched maybe a half a football game of SMU this year, but I know they've beat everybody.
I went back and watched the Houston Christian game earlier this week. It was a lot of fun. I'm being sarcastic. I mean, I'm just making fun of their schedule.
I realize you are.
What's the number? What's the number? I'm sorry.
525.
Yeah, they played a $1 million schedule. I mean, they played Nevada. Houston Christian. They lost to BYU. BYU's respectable. TCU, Florida State, Louisville, Stanford, Duke, Pitt, Boston College, Virginia, California, and they'll get a chance to play Clemson.
To be fair, I don't think anybody thought.
They play Yale and Dartmouth too? I mean, really?
That's next weekend.
Okay. The SEC had 11 teams in the top 25 at one time this year. How many has the ACC had? Well,
Pittsburgh was rated at one time. Louisville was rated at one time. I think NC State was rated early in the season, they're 6-6. I mean, they drifted away pretty quick.
Syracuse is ranked now.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, but SMU didn't play Syracuse.
No, they did not.
And they didn't play NC State.
And nobody thought Florida State would be 1-9.
SMU did not play Georgia Tech either.
Georgia Tech, Miami.
They did not play Miami. No.
Right. So anyhow.
All right.
Well, roll top, Ryan.
Appreciate you. Have a great week. We're doing SEC Parlay Pick Contest presented by Brian Harden Construction. I do remind you about medicine or urgent care family medicine. No appointment necessary. The super doctors who live and work in our area MedCenter, UrgentCare.com. We've also got Seize the Deal, Sterling Slices and Sweets. $25 gift card for $12.50 inside the University Mall. $25 gift card for $12.50. Go to Tide109.com, Tide109.com. Seize the deal. Let's continue with more phone calls, and we'll go to Mary in Atlanta, Georgia. Mary, good afternoon. You're in the game.
Hey, Ryan. How you doing today?
Yeah, great. I hope you're doing great. I'm sorry last night we were running off the air.
It's okay.
And Keelan Russell was there.
It's okay. It was great getting to hear him. I am so excited for him to be signed with us, and I just cannot wait to see what he does. His stats, we're talking about his stats last night. His stats are amazing. Only
52 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
That's amazing. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do with us. He's going to be fantastic. I love it.
And I love his attitude. I mean, his attitude is
I do too.
I mean, he's, you could see where he could be that natural leader. Quarterbacks, I've interviewed them all, going back to A.J. McCarron coming out of St. Paul's. I interviewed Greg coming out of West Carroll out in Texas. I've interviewed many of those guys that have transitioned. John Parker Wilson coming out of Hoover. And they they sound, there's a different sound to a quarterback. You can just, because they've got to have that confidence. You got to go in the locker room and get 21 other guys to believe in what you're doing.
Yeah, and he does sound like he has that confidence. And I love his attitude. Like you said, it's great. Very, very bright future ahead of him. I'm excited to see what we have in store for him.
Yeah, so am I.
Yep. But talking about yesterday when you were talking about our confidence, if we could actually make it through into the playoffs, I think my confidence level might be like maybe a 7.5 out of 10.
Ooh, look at you. Okay. Now, where would that change if SMU lost tomorrow evening? If they lose, what do you think?
I had a feeling you were going to go there. Maybe about a 6.5, maybe. I mean, I want to believe just because I know that's who we are, and I know that we can do what we always do. We always take care of business no matter what, in spite of the, couple of hiccups that we've had this season, and there was quite a few. But I don't want it to shift too much. I mean, I'm confident that SMU can take care of Clemson. And to be honest, I might be a little shocked if Clemson could actually pull it off. I mean, but I want us to maintain where we are. I mean, and right where I said where we might be, when the rankings came out on Tuesday, I was watching, and a little below where I thought we would be, but I expected us to be somewhere in at least the 8, maybe 8 to 11 range. I just didn't expect us to be like right at 11. But it is what it is. But I'm confident, and I want to stay that way.
All right. Mary, I'm ready for 3 picks. What do you think? SMU. Everybody's believing in the Mustangs.
I'm going to take the Ducks, Oregon.
Okay, got it. Pick number 3.
And as much as I would love to see Texas get their revenge on Georgia, I think I'm just going to have to pick Georgia. I mean, it's just...
See, I think some of that is we just don't want to hear that Texas ego.
Well, I mean, here's the deal with that one, though. I mean, I feel like Texas and Georgia both have such big egos. And to be honest with you, both of their fan bases are kind of maniacs. And I can only say that about Georgia because I live in the state. And as unfortunate as it may seem, I have some family members that root for them. We're still praying for them about that. But I feel like I can handle Georgia's ego more than I could Texas. Just because I'm around that fan base a lot more. And yeah, I do have a couple of Bama fans in my family. Thank God for that. But I just feel like I can handle Georgia's ego more if they win tomorrow more than I could Texas. Just because I'm surrounded by that more.
All right, SMU, Oregon, Georgia. We'll go SMU total offensive numbers.
430.
430. Mary, appreciate you, and I appreciate you being flexible yesterday with Keelan Russell jumping on. And I know you and Tommy had waited a long length of time and couldn't get you right there at the end. So I appreciate it, Mary. Thank you.
It's okay. Have a good one. Roll Tide.
You do as well. Thank you. Mary in Atlanta, Georgia. And let's go to Quick Dave. Quick Dave, good afternoon. You're in the game.
Hey, Ryan, how's everything going, my friend?
I'm great. Hope you are as well. Thank you.
Can't complain there. Can't complain.
Hey, I just heard your car.
I'm in the car, but I got it on speakerphone. I'm fixing.
No. I wasn't saying that. I was going to tell you if you wanted to come by and get your daughter's gift package. I've got it here waiting on you if you want it.
Well, I will try. I might try it then. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, just no pressure. But I know you told me that she wouldn't be able to pick it up until next week. But you're more than welcome to. Because I think she picked yours up earlier. Maybe you picked up hers earlier. I can't remember, but either way.
Yeah, I remember. Hey, and I appreciate that. She had some conference, CEO, ever what that means.
Well, it's just Continuing Education Unit, CEU.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did, and I used to get them myself. I didn't even know. Well, after you've been retired, you forget all that stuff. But,
well, we give CEUs out for this radio show, so you can collect if whatever you need, 3, 4, 5 credit hours. We do 4 hours a day, but we can offer college football education unit here.
Hey man, I tell you what, I might have to take you up on it. Get back in school and take you up on that. That sounds like a winner there. But here's the way I look at it. If SMU, I was shocked when you gave out, who they played, Louisville, then, they played Duke, and they played, cupcake teams there, and I already had my card picked, and I said, Lord, after you have read them things off, neither here, neither there, I'm going to still go with it. I'm going to reverse mine. I'm going to go 441 yards. I'm starting off from the bias to the finish. My teams is going to be Oregon, SMU. Good Lord, I had this thing figured out. And Boise State.
Okay. Boise State, which keep your eye on that game later this evening. I'm not really sure it matters in our playoff conversation, but should be a pretty good football game. And
let me ask you a question. Boise State's number 10, right?
They are. So they're ahead of Alabama. So you really wouldn't. I don't see where it would mathematically impact Alabama.
Well,
I don't.
Now you can hear all kind of theories and everything. Here's my point. My opinion's not worth too much, but if I was on guess, Lord, you keep on hearing the brand name. Alabama is a brand name since 1925. We know that, but who can draw more people on a football TV show? Alabama, Notre Dame. And, I'd love to see Alabama get in there and go to Notre Dame, South Bend, go to the snow, and do something that has never been done, win one there.
It would be nice. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take it right now.
All right.
But I don't know where Kalen DeBoer is going to be watching the game from, but I hope he's wearing that black hoodie because I think we're undefeated in that black hoodie.
Hopefully those 85 to 115 guys got their black hoodies.
Yeah, I would. Wouldn't that be awesome during the selection show if they panned to Alabama, with the video, and we were all, whole entire team was dressed in black DeBoer hoodies. I like it.
We know he listens to the program, and Coach, if you're listening to the program, get out there somehow and get them hoodies.
Yeah, the only problem is everybody's sold out of those hoodies. Everybody's sold out of those hoodies. But something tells me the athletic department might have a chance to jump in. But quick, Dave, Oregon, SMU, Boise State, 441. Let me know if you're coming by, and I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, you have a great day, and roll tide.
Roll tide. We're giving away the Deli Press. We're giving away Southern Ale House gift card. We're giving away El Gran Patron gift card. We're taking what we did not do on Tuesday and Wednesday because, Jackson, why are we not in Atlanta?
Well, I believe, as we may have touched on earlier, I think I'm not trying to drag this team through the mud, but it comes back to 2 Saturdays ago. Got to take care of business.
And that's why we're doubling up from our Southern Ale House score prediction day. We're moving all that to a Friday SEC Parlay Pick Day, and we're even taking it to the other level because we had this plan. We were going to be playing Texas, giving away big gift cards. Instead, we're talking about other teams, and we're pulling. We're pulling and a hoping and a hoping and a pulling and a pulling and a hoping.
And we get to rest.
I will tell you that Vegas has got some odds here. Alabama's chance to make the college football playoffs, according to the playoff predictor. SMU win 99.7%. How about that? I'd make you sleep good on a Saturday evening. Clemson win 72%. I do look at the football power index. They believe straight up Alabama's got an 86.8% chance of going to the college football playoffs. All right, we welcome you right back into the game. We're always powered by Tuscaloosa Toyota, TuscaloosaToyota.com, 3325 Skyland Boulevard, and online at TuscaloosaToyota.com. I will tell you that Reeltown right now is leading Tuscaloosa Academy in the 2A state championship. Reeltown 21, Tuscaloosa Academy 7. 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Kind of keep an eye on that because it involves a local team trying to win a state championship and represent this community. We appreciate what Tuscaloosa Academy has been able to accomplish this year, making it the championship game 21-7. Right now, Reeltown with the advantage. Still a lot of football up at Protective Stadium up in Birmingham. We'll keep our eye there. We'll go back to Parlay Picks, presented by Bronhard Construction, coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Right now, we're going to ParamountSports.com. Lee Sterling, I hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome back to Tuscaloosa.
Well, thanks. We're on separate ends here, of this college football playoff, so I don't know if we're allowed to talk.
Oh, I know. I mean, I can imagine in your town, talk radio has burnt the University of Alabama down multiple times.
Oh, yeah. They took it up. I think the thing that maybe upset people most was if they had told us all along that we had not played a tough schedule and some of the comeback wins were not highly thought of. There was a couple times where the head of the committee said he really valued, I'm just paraphrasing it, or come from behind wins, and it seemed like they were in love with Miami, maybe too much. And then all of a sudden, Tuesday night, they, like that girl thinks that she's getting the wedding ring, the engagement ring, just yanked it right away.
And that's where we're at. If you're making a case for Miami, Lee, what would you say?
Yeah. I would say it's more a case, I think they're trying to say that Alabama lost to 2 6-6 teams, and the Oklahoma game, they weren't even competitive. So that's the thing I've heard most here in Miami. So do I think that Miami would beat Alabama on a neutral field? No, probably lose by 10 to 17 points. It was just a way that it was going on all, since they had that first poll they put out. But Miami, when you lose 2 out of 3 games to end the season, I think that kind of sealed their fate.
All right. And we're going to dive into a lot of different things here. I want to jump right into it. But last week, you were hot as a firecracker, 5-0 on your picks. And one of those picks was the University of Alabama. You said Alabama would win, and they did. And they covered.
Yep.
Alabama able to put themselves in the conversation. Arizona State, Iowa State. This is the Big 12 championship. That's just, I know it's the Big 12 championship, but it's still hard to say when you see Arizona State.
Right.
It's going to take me a couple of years to kind of get accustomed to this. But
how about the Pac-12 teams, Ryan? In the Big 10, when you think of, the 2 teams in California and the 2 in the Northwest, Oregon and Washington, that to me, it makes zero sense. But here's what's crazy about the Big 12. Outside of maybe Iowa State, no other team really went the form of most of the magazines and most of the experts. Arizona State, nothing was really thought of this team. They came on, found a quarterback and a running back, Cam Scattaboo, best name in the country maybe for a running back. But even with all that, I think they were about even talent-wise with Iowa State. The reason I'm going with Iowa State is Arizona State's going to be without their star receiver, Jordan Tyson. How big is he to their team? Well, he only caught 75 balls for 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns. Also, Iowa State played their last 6 games in cold weather. 4 in Iowa, 1 in Kansas City against Kansas, and then at Utah. I think they're starting to regain their early season mojo. Iowa State's strength is throwing the football to Rocco Becht. Arizona State's weakness, pass defense, number 75 in the country. You want to watch two receivers who I think are going to be playing at the next level. Watch Iowa State's receivers, Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel. They caught 80 and 67 passes here for a combined 15 touchdowns. And Iowa State's only been an underdog once all season. Week 2 against Iowa. They won that game outright. I like Iowa State here. I think the wrong team's favorite, 30-26.
Iowa State is where you like here. Let's continue working our way. Oregon, Penn State, where you can buy a fast food item for more expensive than a ticket. Let that sink in. I mean, that's not a lot of interest in this Big Ten championship from a ticket perspective. Penn State, Oregon minus the 3.5.
Still think there's going to be 35,000 Penn State fans that will drive. It's, I think, less than 8 hours drive time. Here's what's crazy. These Penn State kids on this team they were watching the game or running around town doing errands. There's no one. I didn't hear anyone. Maybe a few people thought it was going to be a close game, but no one had Michigan beating Ohio State. So they're thinking they're not in that game, the Big Ten championship game. They're probably making plans to go home, see their parents, maybe go hunting, go somewhere with a girlfriend, relax the whole weekend, and then what happens? They're in the Big Ten championship game. They were going to be the number 5 or 6 seed if they weren't in the game. I think they're playing with house money. Unless they lose by double digits or more, I think they'll be the 5 or 6 seed. Yep, I know James Franklin, 1-16 straight up and 5-12 against the spread versus top 5 opponents. But when there's no pressure on you, I think that they're going to perform well. I think this Oregon team has to travel 3 time zones. And if you just compare the common opponents, Penn State performed better than Oregon and with better margin of victories against Wisconsin, Maryland, Washington, and Purdue. And except for the passing offense, Penn State has better stats. I think this line should be -1, 1.5. I still can't figure out why it's 3.5. I don't think there is a super team this year, and I think Oregon can be had here. I think the Ducks are out of water in Indy. Wrong team favorite, Penn State, 27-23.
All right, I'm going to skip SMU and Clemson. I want to hit Texas, Georgia, and then I will come back because I've got more questions about this game. Let's continue with the flow here. Texas minus the points against Georgia over in the SEC championship game.
All right, so the first game, Texas was out physical by Georgia. Georgia looked great first half. I don't see the Bulldogs bullying the Longhorns. You watched the Texas A&M bowl game, right? Parts of it?
Some of it, yes.
Okay. If you just watched the game, and what do you think the score should have been? Take out the cheap touchdowns.
I'm never good with these predictions. I mean, I write them down every day. I'll let you jump in and tell me what you think.
Okay, I thought it should have been 27-0, 34-3. I thought Texas controlled the line of scrimmage, and if not for that defensive touchdown for Texas A&M, when Texas is going for a touchdown, 24-0 there, and they had a couple other different chances that they blew. I thought Texas was a much better team. Thought that Georgia should have lost to Georgia Tech, except for the first half in the Texas game and the second half in the game against you guys. Georgia has not looked like the same team. In fact, they're not in the top 25 in any major statistical category on offense or defense. They're not close to any of the teams that won national titles. Now, we know Quinn Ewers is not 100%. I think you're going to see Arch Manning play a lot more. I think they're going to expand his use and put in some wrinkles there. People think of him as just a running quarterback, but he is really good. I mean, we're going to find out next year. We might say, why wasn't he starting over Quinn Ewers? The favorite is 25-6 straight up in SEC championship games. Other than the home field advantage, I don't see any edge that Georgia has here. I think Texas gets their revenge, 31-21.
All right, can we handle this Texas ego? I mean, that's the big question.
No, that's. I mean, they think. I grew up in Texas.
Yeah, that's right. You played quarterback out there, right? Junior college.
Yeah, at Southwest Texas State, now Texas State. And I was actually born in Abilene. My dad was a dentist at Dyess Air Force Base in Abilene. So they think they're their own country.
They listen. They call Tuscaloosa radio. We have Texas people call Tuscaloosa radio.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even know how to find Austin Sports Talk Radio.
Right.
And I mean,
I used to walk around with my University of Miami stuff on. This was in the early '80s, and you would think that I was walking around with stuff like from the Citadel. After Miami won the national title in '83, you would have thought that it was the biggest fluke of all time. They still couldn't get over that. What was the game? Who were they? Oh, against Georgia. They fumbled the punt. I think it was the Cotton Bowl, that game. So,
yeah,
they can't handle losing.
Well, and they've lost a lot. I mean, when you
and they're sore winners also.
Yeah, well, and just start asking if you think they got pride in the football. Start asking about academics. I mean, they
right.
I mean, they think the Ivy League should give them an invitation part time for the academics. I mean, they are a unique bunch out there, man.
The business school is really good. They have some really good schools at the University of Texas.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's not Ivy League.
Well, and really this NIL system sets up for them finally. Finally, something is setting up. They've won one national title in 50 years. National title in 50 years. And
here's what I'll say also. If they don't win a title next 3 years, you're going to look back and see all these kids that get drafted high and say, how did that happen? Makes no sense.
All right. Let's go to this big game because we have a lot of local interests. SMU, Clemson. It's SMU minus the points.
So I will say this. If Clemson wins and it's a close game, I think SMU has a chance of getting in over Alabama. It'll depend on the score and the way the game goes. So obviously you want SMU to blow out Clemson. Most people couldn't even tell you, and I talked to football fans, they couldn't tell you the name of the quarterback for SMU. Kevin Jennings. And how good has he been since he was instituted as a starter in week 4? Well, only 28 to 66 points. He scored at least 28 points every single game. They've won 9 straight games with him in there. He's averaging 9.3 yards per pass attempt. On the other side, Cade Klubnik, I mean, I know he's a 5-star guy, and sometimes he throws a beautiful ball. But second half of the season against Pitt, Virginia Tech, South Carolina, and Louisville, average to above average teams. The only average is throwing for 6 yards per pass attempt. You spread that out over the season, that's bottom 15. That's right there with teams like Rice, Sam Houston State, and UConn. I think this SMU defense is salty, giving up just 13 points the last 2 weeks versus Virginia and Cal. I think SMU wins here. Right team is favored, 28-24 SMU.
All right, I want to play. Okay, so you're taking SMU as the points, and we're not going to confuse that, and we'll go to the Minnesota-Atlanta game, and we'll give that free play. But I want to go back here from just your evaluator as an analyst. Okay,
right.
If SMU loses, you still think Alabama has a shot of getting in?
Yeah, I think it's like I said. If, let's say, SMU is down by like 14 and they score a backdoor touchdown, lose by 7, then I think that Bama will be in. It's not just how many points that SMU loses by, if they lose. It is the way that the game goes. And like I said, the score is important because there's going to be some people don't watch the game. We know how that goes. But I think the score is important and also the way the game is played and the way they talk about the game.
All right, you got a free play. Tell folks how they can get with you. We're talking with Lee Sterling. He was 5-0 last week on his picks right here on the game. Minnesota and Atlanta, certainly a little local interest here. Talk to me.
Yep. Anyone wants to get that game, I think there's a clear right side to this game. Just call 800-400-9741. Again, the number 800-400-9741. It is the return. That's right, the return of Kirk Cousins. Some nice returns last week. Saw Jerry Jeudy do a number on his old team, Denver. Geno Smith went into New Jersey and took care of the Jets. So Is Kirk Cousins going to do a number on his old team, the Vikings? Big game for Atlanta. 6-6 tied with Tampa Bay. First 5 callers get this game for free. 800-400-9741. And how about this? Call it Double Down December. Had a rough first couple weeks in November. Boy, we rebounded. Since Thanksgiving Day, we are on a 16-3 run here. You want to get every game from tonight all the way through the 31st of December. That's 4 weeks of action, just $247. Use coupon code SAVE200 at ParamountSports.com. Also, we have a UFC card. There's a pay-per-view. We have a rare 50-unit max wager going there. 5 selections, $55. Everything's up and available, ParamountSports.com. So we're going to take off next week, Ryan, just the NFL going on. We'll come back in 2 weeks, and hopefully Bama's there, and we can break down that game and the other first-round games in the NCAA playoff, and maybe hit on a couple bowls also with our college football playoff and bowl extravaganza.
And that is Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com. Hopefully we're talking about an Alabama entry in, and that'll be a big season for Kalen DeBoer. And can you imagine if it's Alabama Notre Dame, and if it's on that Friday evening, we may have to bump back to Thursday with your permission because
we'll find a way to work it out if that's the case. You think they put it on Friday?
I think it would be a great start to the world of college football. I think it would, because I mean, what better way to kick off college football playoffs than Alabama Notre Dame? So just kind of a little thought, but
yeah, I don't study how which games would get the most viewers.
I may be just overreacting, but Alabama Penn State would be another great game.
Oh,
that would be up at State College.
Bring back Barry Krause, huh?
That would be an awesome.
Is Barry still alive?
Yeah, he is. He lives up in Chattanooga.
Okay.
He's a realtor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I'd remember. Yeah, he did something still in the area. So that'd be great if they brought back a couple of those guys. Who's the quarterback for Penn State in that game? The running back.
Mike Gooman, is that right? Gooman?
Yeah, Gooman. Yeah, that's it. There you go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got the photo hanging on my wall, so
he should know.
And see, Barry Krause, he's the one that yelled, "You better throw it because you're not running it."
Right. So I remember that. Yeah.
And so you better throw it, or you're not going to be able to get it in. So, hey Lee, I appreciate you. ParamountSports.com. Thank you. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Okay, thanks, Ryan. Take care.
We're doing parlay picks. We're going to come back. We're going to from the 2A championship. Super 7 up in Birmingham. Still Reeltown with a lead right now. So it's 21-7. 12 minutes to go in the third quarter. 12 minutes to go in the third quarter. Second 9. TA with the football on the 40. TA 40. So hopefully they can score here, make this game a little close. Tuscaloosa Academy down 21-7 right now. We're doing our parlay picks presented by Brian Harden Construction. Let me run through these spreads, and we'll do it maybe one more time in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll take 3 picks. We're doing SMU total offensive yards as our tiebreaker. Mountain West Championship, that game is later this evening. Boise State minus the 4.5. UNLV going to Albertson Stadium, which is there on the blue turf. Boise State minus the 4.5, 57.5. The American Championship, Tulane and Army, Tulane minus the 5, 45.5. Conference USA, Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State. That game will start at 6 p.m. up in Jacksonville, Alabama. Jacksonville State minus the 4.5, 57.5. That's the Conference USA Championship. Big 12 Championship, Iowa State, Arizona State. Neither one of these teams deserve to be in the playoffs, but they will be. Arizona State minus the 1.5, 49.5. They will have an automatic bid for the winner. The American Championship, we've already did that, Army and Tulane. Sun Belt Championship, Marshall and Louisiana. Louisiana minus the 6, 57.5 is the game total. SEC Championship, Georgia, Texas. Texas minus the 2.5. 49.5 is where we're going to play this total. We'll do the Pac-12 Championship, Oregon, Penn State. Oregon minus the 3.5. 50.5 is the game total. You can play the over, you can play the under. Clemson, SMU minus the 2.5. 55.5. That game's tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Ohio and Miami of Ohio. That is the MAC Championship. Miami of Ohio minus the 2, 44.5. It is a Brian Harden Construction SEC Parlay Pick Day / the Conference Championships. We're doing it today. We're giving away a Deli Press coupon. Appreciate Deli Press. If you're looking for a great sandwich, check those guys out. Caddy Corner from Southern Ale House. We're also giving away a Southern Ale House gift card. But if you go there, the number one sandwich is the classic Reuben. 13 hours is what they smoke. That wonderful corned beef brisket and sauerkraut, Swiss cheese, Thousand Island, marble rye. Incredible sandwich. They've got a lot of great ones. The beef and cheddar is always a great option. The chopped Italian, the French dip, the club, the meatball, another great option. And also a mushroom ribeye. Sounds pretty good. Thought about trying that. Also, I went with some of that duck gumbo. And go check those guys out if you're looking for the Deli Press. Giving away a gift card for those guys. Southern Ale House, giving away a gift card. You can use it at either location. El Gran Patron, great Mexican place right there on McFarland Boulevard. Appreciate Carlos. If you're looking for some great options for dinner later this evening, go over to El Gran Patron. We're putting 3 gift cards. We're amping it up. Normally we only give away 1 gift card, but because Alabama's not playing in the SEC title game, Jackson, what's the reason they're not playing in the SEC title game?
Well, I think
they just don't like us.
We may have touched on it. I think. Well, that's definitely part of it. But we didn't take care of business every day like we should have.
And because of that, we're rolling the package from Tuesday and Wednesday over that we had planned. We're doing on Friday. See, we planned ahead. We're also giving away 2025 calendar featuring the Nick Saban prints from DanielMooreArt.com. DanielMooreArt.com. Remember the code word, the game. Always a significant discount. Make sure you tell them about it, that you hear about it right here on The Game. And we'll also give away a dozen red roses, courtesy of Pat's Florist, 1010 Queen City Avenue. They close in about 30 minutes, but they're open tomorrow 8 until noon. If you're looking for that Christmas pick me up for one of those family or friends, it is Pat's Florist, 1010 Queen City Avenue. Let's continue, and we'll go here to Marty in Arkansas. Marty, good afternoon. You're in The Game. I hope all is well.
All is well, Ryan. I got 2 questions for you real quick.
Okay.
Number 1, who do you think DeBoer's the most person he missed the most?
What do you mean?
The one person that left the team or the coaching staff, who do you think he missed the most? And I talked to the coach, and I'll let you know who I said it is.
Okay.
It's not hard, Ron.
Okay.
I'll tell you who it is.
Okay. I think Caleb Downs would have played a gigantic role here, but I also look at Isaiah Bond, and I know everybody wants to compare stats, but he would have been a big-time wide receiver here. I like him.
Ja'Cory Brooks is better.
Ja'Cory Brooks was a Blitnikoff semifinalist, I think, up at Louisville. Caleb Downs would have been lights out as a safety in this system, though. This safety would have featured him in his position.
It's the offensive coordinator.
You talking about Ron Grubb?
Ron Grubb leaving, yep. Because he had to put someone in there, and even our head coach told me this yesterday that I was at their thing. He said, when you got to put that guy in that quick that's never caught plays, it takes a long time. Even though they were together, it takes that guy a long time to learn how to call plays with the players and everything.
I hear you. Ron Grubb and his offensive line coach leaving like a few days before spring camp. That's another big one. And he wanted to go. I want to go real quick. I want to go to the standings because, and I haven't talked to my buddy out there, Dave Mahler, but Seattle. Let's just go real quick. They're 7-5, but they're really having trouble running the ball. So
yeah, they are.
But I mean, 7-5 in the NFL, it's your first place. I mean, you're in the NFC West, you're first place. But I want to go to the stats real quick and look because. Oh yeah! Wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! They cannot run the football. Kenneth Walker is 542 yards. He's their leading rusher right now. How in the world are they 7-5?
They can't run it, but.
I mean, because listen, my team couldn't run the football either. They can't.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, don't pick on them.
Yeah.
Don't pick on them now, Marty.
I'm not picking on. I'm not
You were
picking
about
on
to.
them. I'm not-
You were about to pick on my Cowboys. That's all right. Yeah, you had it in your mind.
All right, let me ask you the second question real quick before you take off all my time. Melrose. I'm going Melrose and Mark Spears, okay? Melrose. He come back. He puts so much pressure on himself that when he makes a bad play, he gets so far down. I forgive him for the play he made in Oklahoma because when he threw, he was already down on himself. When he threw that, he went even further down and said, man, what? He just gave up. And we give up on a lot. You know what? We give up on a lot of things in life, too. We get down on ourselves and we say, oh, man, no, we don't. You know, because it's by the grace of God that we don't get down so far, some of us. Some of us don't go further the other way, too. And then like Mark Spears, to me, he's got so much pressure on him right now. That's why Oates set him down. He come back to win a national championship. To win a national championship, that's what he come back for. And if he don't win it, everyone's going to get on him and get on him and get on him. He's come back with so much pressure. That's why Oates set him down. That's why some games he's having trouble. He had the best game going inside. That's his game against North Carolina. But he's been having some trouble shooting out there, and that's why Oates set him down. Hey, we're here for a long haul season. It's not one game right now. It's a long haul season. Refocus and get your mind straight. That's my belief, Ryan, when I talk to other coaches. Okay, that's all. They're college coaches, so they let me know a little bit.
Marty, give me three
but
picks.
I'm not saying that. Okay, UNLV with Barry Odom, he should be a head coach somewhere else. Rhett Shadley, he was quarterback here at A-State. He had to go to Auburn so he could get a head coaching job. I don't blame him for that. You got to go somewhere to get that, and that was his opening to get a better job. So I'll take SMU.
Hold on. I thought you said okay. SMU.
And that's Rhett Lashley. He's quarterback at A-State when he played.
Yeah, Rhett Lashley. Okay, and then where do you want to go pick?
And then give me Tulane. I like the Green Wave.
Okay.
I live down there.
I just want to make sure I understood you correct. UNLV, SMU, and Tulane.
Yep.
Okay, and then we're going SMU total yards.
350.
I got you. Marty, I hope you have a great day, man. Thank you.
You too. You have a good weekend, Ryan. I didn't mean that's just my opinion, Ryan.
And we appreciate your opinion. We appreciate your opinion, Marty. I hope you have a great day, man.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hey, TheStandardBama.com, home of the 20-inch pizza pie, pepperoni, meat lovers, cheese. Design your own. TheStandardBama.com, full-service restaurant available by DoorDash. TheStandardBama.com, TheStandardBama.com. We'll continue with more phone calls. Tommy, get ready. Josh in Georgia, get ready. We're coming to you. Elias in Tuscaloosa, SEC Parlay Pick Day. Also, don't forget about Seize the Deal. Seize the Deal. $25 gift card, $12.50. Tide109.com. Sterling Slices and Sweets. Sterling Slices and Sweets, $25 for $12.50. Looking for that treat that's truly out of this world? Stop by Sterling's and Slices and Sweets at University Mall, Tuscaloosa family.
And we haven't got in yet, but they know. So yesterday you asked me, but I didn't get in. This is nervous I've been all year. I don't get nervous a game. I get excited like I always told you. I enjoy the first game of the year in Bryant-Denny Stadium. I get to go back to Bryant-Denny Stadium. And I'm kind of hating the last game of the year because we whooped Auburn. That was great. But, the season, and you don't get to see the friends you sat by for many, many, many years around you. And the tailgating in for another 8 months. So, but I just love listening to these people whine and just justify themselves. And these coaches are having a meltdown. I'm like, they need to go work for Washington biting because they about the stupid thing come out of their mouth is about the same crap come out in Washington. I mean, I just let the thing play out. It's going to play out tomorrow. So we'll find out. But today I feel more confident than I did yesterday. Yesterday I can actually say I was nervous about Alabama getting in. I'm not now. I have known Alabama get stabbed in the back so many times, being my age in 66 and 77. You just know it. And blah, blah, and they let TCU in 2 years ago, and they got meleeed by Georgia in the championship game. So, I mean, they want a good game. They want good first round.
They do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I mean, that's the big one.
You're going to watch Alabama because you loved Alabama, and the other people who watch it are going to watch Alabama get beat. They love it when they get beat. They just get so excited. They want Alabama in the playoffs.
All
okay.
Right. Here we go. 3 picks, Tommy.
What's the over in Texas and Georgia? Are we doing over?
No, we are. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what, since we're so close to 5 o'clock, why don't you let me run through these lines, and this will be our only 5 o'clock time. Mountain West Championship, UNLV, Boise State. Boise State minus the 4.5, 57.5 is the game total. The American, Tulane Army, Tulane minus the 5, 45.5. Conference USA, Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State minus the 4.5, 57.5 is the game total. Big 12 Championship, Iowa State, Arizona State minus the 1.5, 49.5. Sun Belt Championship, Marshall, Louisiana minus the 6, 57.5. SEC Championship, Georgia, Texas minus the 2.5, 49.5 is the game total. Pac-12 Championship up in Indiana, Oregon, Penn State, Oregon minus the 3.5, 50.5 is the game total. Clemson, SMU minus the 2.5, 55.5 is the game total. Ohio versus Miami of Ohio minus the 2 and 44.5. 3 picks, Tommy.
I'm going to take Clemson. I'm going to take the points for Georgia and Texas.
What do you mean? Take the points?
I'm taking the over.
Okay,
I'm
SEC.
sorry.
Okay, SEC over.
Yeah, over. I said I'd take
Clemson, SEC over.
I'm going to take the over in Oregon and Penn State.
Okay.
And
10 over, and then we'll go SMU total offensive yards as the tiebreaker.
329.
329. I appreciate you, Tommy. Hope you have a great rest of your day, man. Have a great weekend.
I mean, you too. Talk to you later.
Right back to you. All right, we're going to start the 5 o'clock hour and lead the greatest football coaches to ever walk the sidelines. We are talking little Alabama Crimson Tide football, and we are powered by Tuscaloosa Toyota, TuscaloosaToyota.com, 3325 Skyline Boulevard, and online at TuscaloosaToyota.com. Are you passionate about storytelling, creating compelling content? They're looking for you. We're hiring a content creator at Tuscaloosa Toyota, TuscaloosaToyota.com. 3325 Skyline Boulevard. We're also looking to grow our winning team. And if you're looking for a new Tundra, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, as low as 2.99 APR and a $1,000 holiday Christmas bonus cash. It is Tuscaloosa Toyotathon is happening right now. How about a 2025 Camry as low as 3.99 for $36? How about a RAV4? How about a Highlander? Got some great deals happening now. Pre-owned inventory. Take a look. Tuscaloosa Toyota, TuscaloosaToyota.com. Appreciate David DeSantis for being a longtime sponsor of our show. We're doing SEC parlay picks, but we're doing conference championships, and we ran through those lines just a couple of minutes ago, presented by Brian Harden Construction. Let me run through the great goodie package that we've been able to put together. We're giving away a Southern Ale House gift card. Thank you very much. Appreciate Justin, all those great folks over there. If you're looking for dinner, you've got lunch and dinner options both at Southern Ale House today and tomorrow. Got brunch at Dockside until 4 o'clock. But if you're looking for some great menu items, Oreo bread pudding is the bread pudding of the week. All that great Southern cuisine. It is Southern Ale House, 1530 McFarland Boulevard, also Marina Drive. We're also giving away a Deli Press gift card. Thank you very much, Deli Press. Right across from catty corner of Southern Ale House there on original location. Some great sandwiches. We've been talking about that all day. The Deli Press giving away us a gift card. El Gran Patron. Appreciate Carlos over there. Thank you. $25 gift card. Adding that gift card. So we've got 3 food restaurants gift card. We're giving away a dozen red roses, courtesy of John Andrew at Pat's Florist, 1010 Queen City Avenue. Over 60 years have been serving West Alabama. Daniel Moore 2025 calendar and a mini print. And we'll start back with Elias. Elias, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well. Hey, Elias.
Roll Tide, Ron. How you doing today?
Good. Roll Tide team, man. Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have an updated TA score? I was trying to pull it up, but it's not showing the score.
Do I have to?
Oh, never mind.
I will, because there's a lot of people that care about it. Unfortunately, I do not have good news from Birmingham, Alabama. Reeltown 42, Tuscaloosa Academy 7, 5 minutes ago in the third quarter.
Oh, wow. Man, I hate that. I was rooting for them as well. That's why I was trying to keep up when I'm on the road right now.
Yeah, me too, man. Tuscaloosa Academy's had a great year. Ended up with a championship in
Yes, they have.
2A football. Reeltown, been there for a long time. 42-7.
Yes.
Currently with 5:57 to go.
Before I give you my picks, did you hear about the kids in the 1A championship game from Watley?
I guess I just saw
the running back.
Just saw a score and I saw the MVP. What was something that jumped out?
He's a junior. He is 6'5", 225 pounds running back.
Ooh, man, that's a big target. I mean,
and he was shattered every 6'5", 225 pounds, and shattered every 1A state record in the championship game yesterday.
38 carries, 312 yards, 5 touchdowns. Wilkes.
Yes.
Jaquez Wilkes, is that the way you say it?
That's him. 6'5", 225 pounds.
Man, I mean, I'm just thinking about the big target you give a guy at 6'5".
Right. And he has one more year of high school.
Has one more year of high school. Man, wow.
Yes, sir. Wow. That's what I said when I saw him on TV yesterday. I said, wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I did not realize that. But I did see with the MVP. Was he the MVP of the game?
Yeah, he was the MVP.
I saw him post his photo, but he didn't look 6'5". Is 6'5"? Oh, wow. Okay.
He's 6'5".
Okay. Well, he was standing in the hallway with his. All right, with his little thing there. All right, here we go.
Okay. All right, give me Jacksonville State.
All right, Jacksonville State playing in the conference championship, and that's up in our state, Conference USA Championship. All right, Jacksonville State minus the 4.5. Pick number 2.
Give me Boise.
Okay, Boise State. That's going to be later this evening. It is Boise State minus the 4.5.
And give me Oregon. I don't believe in Penn State at all. I hope we play them in the first round.
Say it again one more time.
Oregon, and give me Oregon. I don't believe in Penn State at all.
Okay, and then we go SMU total offensive yards.
Give me 335.
335. Got it. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, Elias.
Yes, sir. Thank you, and roll tide.
Right back to you. Do I have to? Joseph, a.k.a. the kid on his app messages, right? Joseph, going once, going twice. He's been killing us with these app messages. He says, I'm in denial. Says all of a sudden you want to keep reading these app messages, you're in denial. He's a kid from Houston. I don't know if that's from Houston, Texas, but man, he's been blowing up our app messages. We appreciate that. We get $1 for every time you do that. So keep doing it, Joseph. Thank you, man. Let's go to Bama Nick, America's Georgia. Bama Nick, good afternoon. You're in the game.
All right, pal. I'll make this short and sweet. I know you scared I'm going to get fired.
Gets me all fired up. That gets my juices going.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, pal. I know it does. Josh, congratulations.
He said you could call his hotline and get $60 for his picks.
Hell, he wouldn't have won the shit or the crap if I hadn't gave him Georgia Tech pick. I gave him the Georgia Tech score where he was sitting, the pick when he was sitting in your office over there with Jackson that last Friday. I told him take Georgia Tech. That's a lock.
Okay.
He did. So he as far as I know, I went 3-0, and so did Miss Bama Cathy went 3-0. Tiebreaker killed us, fella.
Yeah, you didn't believe in the
So
Crimson Tide. That was your big problem.
Well, that's right. I thought it'd be a tighter game, but he ain't got nothing on me and Bama Cathy. How many pegs she got in the bucket? 2.
6
already.
Got a bunch.
So she's done won twice this year. Hell, I've won twice this year, fella. So he ain't no expert.
I mean, y'all are a team, and he's just a solo, right? Because I mean, the song.
No, Cathy does her own picks. I do my own picks.
Well, I know, but the song says "We Can Dance as One."
Yeah, we can dance as one.
I mean,
if you want me, bum.
Yeah, I mean, so y'all are dancing as one. So.
Well, I give her help occasionally.
Oh.
Like if she calls in tonight, I got her 3 winners. I told you when you talked to me before you put me on the air, Nick, don't get me fired tonight. I
Well,
said, okay,
you're 1 minute in the show, I'm already getting called down to the office. Yeah,
you get nervous. You get nervous.
You couldn't drive a 20-penny nail up my butt with a 30-pound sledgehammer.
Well, fella, that's why you got the best ratings in the state, in the country. If it wasn't for me, you'd be over there talking to our man in Montgomery, some radio station.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're taking us to the world. You're taking us to the top.
That's it. And your station owner loves it. He loves it.
I hope he does.
He does. He knows I'm your number one caller. Ain't nobody else can top me. I don't care who calls in. Paul from Lincoln, he's up there running, and he's up there in the top 1A. Paul from Lincoln, you're 1A. Danny G, you're 1B. When you don't call that often anymore, but you're still good.
He's just down in Florida making up rumors or Gulf Shores. Foley.
Gulf Shores. Foley, that's it.
He sent
well,
me
him and you both got condos down there, so it don't matter.
He sent me a big rumor earlier. Man, oh man, oh man. I said, Danny, who in the world did you hear that from? He sent me a screenshot of this Facebook group. Faker than all. I mean, you've seen all these fake accounts, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Ryan Fowler.
I mean, they'll have...
They're always trying to hack into me.
I mean, they'll have Kirby Smart going to the Atlanta Falcons like times 6, you know?
Yeah. I see all that. Yeah.
Garbage.
All right, Fowler, I know there's other people want to get in, and I ain't pouring tonight too much. I told you I only poured one drink when I was on hold, and you come in there and said, Bama, are you drinking tonight?
Yeah, I saw you up on the board.
I'm the only caller you got when I call in. You'll come in on a break and say, Bama, how much you had tonight?
Yeah, you are. Because the 5 o'clock hour is always makes me nervous. Always makes me nervous. I mean, I'd prefer...
That's why I like it, Fowler. It takes me that long to get in.
I would prefer that you be a 2 o'clock hour guy.
Well, you always got your guests coming on there talking for 20 or 25 minutes. I can't ever get in. I've tried that route once or twice. Then I got to sit on hold for an hour and a half because Paul's always beating everybody to the gate.
Yeah, well, and people say, well, why do you take Paul? He calls about an hour before the show starts, and he's up.
Yeah, well, Paul, I don't have time to sit there and call at 1 o'clock in the afternoon waiting I'll be the first caller to the show. Yeah, he's a foul. I got other things to do just so I can get in and give a tiebreaker.
How dedicated are you?
What, dedicated what? Giving a tiebreaker?
Well,
I tell you what, I wouldn't have. I'd come up with something other than that tiebreaker you got this week. SMU offensive yards. Shit.
All right, Bamnick, give me 3 picks, man. You're making me nervous. I mean, here we go.
Yeah, Here we go. But I'm going around the world this time, Elvis. I'm going Jacksonville State. Elias had a good pick. That Jacksonville State. I like that.
All right. Jacksonville State minus the 4.5.
I'm going Miami of Ohio minus 2.
Miami of Ohio. Got it.
Minus the 2.
Got it.
And I'm going Louisiana against Marshall minus the 6.
All right, so you're going to go Louisiana. Got it. All right.
What are they? The Warhogs?
Yeah, whatever they want to be.
There you go. Well,
I don't even know what they are. I don't know what they are.
I don't know is one of Kerry Moore's agents graduated from there, so I'm gonna take his school.
All right, and then we go SMU total offensive yards.
Oh Lord, here we go with this one. This harebrained tiebreak. That's what killed me last week. Me and Captain.
Well, that's why you should try being the first caller out of the gate, and you could be the tiebreaker guy.
No, it killed me. I didn't have enough yards in there.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to go SMU offensive yards. I'll go 395.
395. And since you are the lead analyst on this program, like senior lead analyst, number one lead analyst.
Well, you go back and check my record through the last 12 weeks.
No, forget about that. I'm not talking about the parlay picks. I'm asking you if you think Alabama's in this college football playoffs, because I mean,
fella. I didn't call yesterday.
Well, you were supposed to call me on my cell phone on Tuesday night, and we were supposed to break this down.
I did, and you didn't answer.
Well, I know, but you called. You called while I was on the teleconference with Ward Manuel.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know you was on a teleconference. Father, you always on the phone with somebody lining up your show.
Yeah.
I figured where you say well, Bama Nick called, you'll call me back. Well, you never did. Sometimes you do the next day. You'll call me the next day. So Bama Nick, I missed your call last night, but I was. You'll send me a text. I understand that, Fowler. You're a busy man in the world of being the number one show.
I mean, you've done it.
I understand that.
You've taken us to the top. All right, I got to go, Bama Nick. Roll Tide.
I know that, Fowler. That's why I wanted to get off there, but you kept me on here dragging on. And Josh, good luck to you, buddy.
All right.
But you're just a...
Go, Bama Nick. See you later. Have a great day. I will continue. I do... Man, oh, man, oh, man. What do you say? Brian Hard Construction, SEC Parlay Pick Day. J-Rob, get ready. We're coming to you next. In Alabama, we used to go to a lot of their Christmas concerts. They would do a kids concert every year. And we would go there, and, man, they did a lot of things for local folks. We were probably 20, 25 minutes away from Fort Payne, where we were raised at. Maybe a little bit longer, but it didn't feel like that. But you'd always see Randy. Randy would be at the cattle sales. I mean, it was kind of fun to go to a cattle sale. And don't tell my friends from across the state, but you'd see Randy there. And Jeff owned a small restaurant there in Gadsden, and you'd go and would always be one of those guys. And we lost Jeff a few years ago. And man, what a great group! What a great group! That song kind of gets you in the Christmas spirit. And hey, by the way, I'm going to say this. I saw this morning where someone jumped off the bridge. You guys see that in Tuscaloosa? Man, that was just a sad story. So I know this time of the year we celebrate Christmas, we celebrate Christ, but also, a lot of people struggle because, it is the time of the year that, you spend a lot of time thinking about maybe you've lost a loved one or throughout the year, but reach out to that person. Reach out to that person. You never know. You never know where somebody's at. You never know where somebody's going through a valley of life. And, you can go to Tuscaloosa Thread. Stephen Deathridge had the article, but man dies after jumping off the bridge here in Tuscaloosa about 9 hours ago. So, you never know where that person is at. And you never know what that smile can do. You never know what greeting somebody, that friendly smile, that hello, or just acting like hey, being nice. You never know where that person's at. I read that this morning, read the story, and I just, man, oh man. I mean, here at the Christmas time, and I'm sure there's probably a lot of answers or questions around that we don't have answers to. But something that kind of, I saw it go across the screen, and Tuscaloosa Thread had the article this morning. So, like I said, find a way to be nice this time of the year. We should be nice all year long, but December certainly gives us an excuse too. Let's go to J-Rob Montgomery. J-Rob, good afternoon. You're in the game.
Happy Football Friday, Ryan Fowler.
I didn't mean to make that so sad going into your call, but, man,
it was sad. You know, if you hear me about me jumping off a bridge, you better call the law, because there's somebody else involved in it. There ain't nobody loving me more than me, I promise you. And
well,
I'm like T.O. I love me some meat. You know what I mean?
Terrell Owens. But it is sad. I mean, think about somebody that would go to a bridge and jump off.
It is.
What do they always say? That's a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
It really is.
And
and as bad as it is, there's always something to live for.
Yes. Well, I mean, as we said, it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. But as a Christian, we should be able to lift those people up, and you never know, because a lot of people go through a lot of stress this time. I think this month leads suicides out of any other month out here.
Yeah.
Because
I hate it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. There's a lot of problems going around in the world. But Ryan, I knew that was. I kind of knew that was going to happen to Tuscaloosa, because that team, Reeltown, they beat my team last week 6-0, and I kind of figured that was the state championship last week between Highland Home and Reeltown, and Highland Home did to themselves. Hell, it was inside their 10-yard line 3 times and didn't score. So.
And Tuscaloosa Academy's closed the lead, but 42-13 with 8 minutes to go, it's going to come in an end at Tuscaloosa Academy. What amazing season, though. So.
Oh, yeah, and Highland Home did, too. I mean, they went 13-0, and they lost that game, and I don't know why they were ranked number 1 in the state and had to play the last 2 ball games on the road. That's kind of crazy. But anyway, we must be a bunch of habitual gamblers or something on your show, because I hit my 3 too. And it all came down to the tiebreaker.
Let me tell you, we had more people last week than any week of the season that we had.
I think we need to go to meetings. I think you need to set up the meetings for us.
Yeah. Well, but your tiebreaker,
was terrible.
Well, you said it. I'm glad I didn't have to.
It was way off. I knew it was.
But I mean, Josh.
I knew Saturday night he had it.
I mean, here he is, a preacher, and he's out here picking parlay picks. I mean, I mean,
I know he don't gamble. That's for sure. He basically does it. We had to teach him how the lines went. He didn't really know how it went till us deviant gamblers taught him how the spreads work and everything.
Listen.
We created a monster.
Them preachers, they walk cakewalks just like you and I do. What do you think a cakewalk is?
Well, it's actually gambling. You're taking a chance on winning it.
You're paying $5 to win a $25 cake. Come on.
Yep. You're right. Bingo. You're out there paying $0.25 to play bingo. That's the same thing. So, oh well. It depends on what your belief is, or what you believe it is. They believe it. If they believe it's not right, I guess it clears their conscience. If they believe it's right.
No, absolutely. I've always said this. Now, when people ask me, I would never be a good preacher. Okay, because I don't drink, but I don't judge other people that do. So I can't tell you, well, hey, listen, you're going straight to hell if you have a beer, okay? I've never been one of those, okay? Because you have to depend on your personal convictions. You have to, if you feel guilty about it, then that's between you and God. It's not me. Listen, but a sin's a sin. If I go down the road and I flip somebody off because they pulled out in front of me, I mean, I don't do that, but I'm just saying that's a sin too. So,
well, they ain't been but one perfect guy, and they killed him, so they crucified him. So
Amen.
That's the way I think about it. So,
Amen.
But anyhow,
come on.
I'm going to go ahead and give you my
but
3.
I want you to go back to this Football Friday, because I'd like to just hear it one more time, because we may not have it every week. And you did that happy.
We're going to have it at least one more time, brother.
Okay, so you believe.
We're going to have it at least one more time. We're going to play in the bowl game. At least. It may be in Orlando or Shreveport, wherever, but we will play one more game. We may not have no players left to play, but the ones that have a lot of faith in our team will be there anyway. So, but do you want me to go ahead and give you my picks?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Because I know there's a lot of folks waiting on me to get through.
All right, here we go.
So,
what are they telling you? Hurry up? They texting you, telling you hurry up?
No. I just got a timer going off in my head. These guys.
Okay.
All right. He's up.
J.
All right, here we go.
Shut up, man. All right, here we go. Go.
You're rambling, you're yapping. All right, I want Oregon.
Oregon.
Jack State.
Got it.
And your Texas Longhorns.
Yeah, they're my Texas. I wouldn't. I mean, if Auburn was playing Texas, I'd have a hard time. I'm just telling you. That'd be one situation I'd be pulling for the officials. I'd be like, "Come on, throw the flag." Right.
And our favorite caller, and then we got full for Texas for him tonight. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway, and my tiebreaker, have no clue. It's all a guess anyway on the tiebreakers. I got 356.
Got it. Thank you, J. Rob.
One more thing.
Yep.
Barner Nick, I'm going to tell you this because Josh is too good a guy to tell you this. But you, my friend, are a hemorrhoid on the ass of life. Roll Tide! Woo!
J-Rob with a line of the day. Oh, my Lord, I've never heard that one. All right, we'll continue with more. We'll come back, and we'll go to Ellis in Manchester, Tennessee. Pat, AC in Bangladesh. Karen also up here. I'm making sure I got those in order. Ellis called early today. Why is Ellis calling early? All right, we'll get to Ellis. Also, Pat. We'll get to Pat. And we'll take more of your phone calls here. Do you have timberland that you don't know what to do with? Give North River Timber Company a call. Call Courtney White and his team of over 20 years experience in West Alabama, East Mississippi, offering timber harvesting, timber appraisals, comprehensive management plans as a registered forester in Alabama. Courtney and his team can help you decide how to maximize your highest potential for your land. Courtney says timber is like money in the bank. See what your investment can do for you. Call contact Courtney White, 205-242-5127, 205-242-5127, North River Timber CO at gmail.com. North River Timber CO at gmail.com. Call Courtney White 20. Christmas comes this time each year. All right, we are going to have to pick up the pace just a little bit. Phone line's literally jammed up. Let's go to Ellis in Manchester, Tennessee. Ellis, good afternoon. Why are you not the last duck through the hole? What's up with this?
Get ready to go in and eat.
Oh, okay. Okay. You got a hot date tonight?
No, Lord, no. I don't do that crap.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm just didn't know. All right.
No.
All right. Well,
I'm going to pick Oregon. Arizona State. And Georgia.
I knew you were a dog.
Oh, I don't want Texas to win it.
No. I mean,
they've already got the big head as it is. They sure don't need a head bigger than what they got.
Yeah, I mean, for the sake of this show, no thanks. No.
Yeah, because the first one is going to call in Monday morning. You'll have to contend with Digger.
Yeah, and we don't want to hear from Digger.
No. My yardage.
Okay.
335.
335. I got it. Ellis, I appreciate you, man. Hope you have a great weekend.
Hey, it's colder than a witch's titty with a brass brassiere on up here.
Well, I'm glad. Hi, Ellis. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, right, Ellis.
Oh, Lord, help him. Ellis, Manchester, Tennessee. Let's go to Pat in Tuscaloosa. Pat, how do you follow that?
I say can't. Ellis is one of a kind. But and I'm glad he's not the last duck through the hole today, because when you're the last duck, you don't might get in. But I kind of like Oregon. I want to get that I like Georgia and Jacksonville State.
Okay. Jacksonville State.
And now
Georgia?
total yards, 368.
Okay.
Has anybody got 368?
No, nobody has that.
Okay, we'll go with 368.
Oregon, Georgia, Jacksonville State. All right.
Yep. Well, man, hey, I hope you have a fantastic weekend, Ryan, and you can enjoy just sitting around and not doing much tomorrow.
Well, I plan to get in the woods. That's my plans.
Okay. Well, hopefully you get that trophy.
I've been invited to a couple of places to deer hunt. I'm gonna try to slip out and get me a little hunting done. It's my plan. So,
I only like deer sausage. But I mean, if you happen to get a deer and some sausage, I could possibly make you some gumbo for Christmas. And I would buy the shrimp for you. How about that?
Ooh, look at there.
Can't beat that with a stick.
Well, I've probably got some deer sausage from last year, but
hey, that deer sausage is hard to beat. It works good for gumbo because it holds together well.
Okay.
You know that's why they use that. And it was an andouille. Sausage. Yeah, something like that.
Well, and the Deli Press has got duck and andouille gumbo, homemade duck and andouille sausage gumbo at the Deli Press.
Gumbo, yeah. Well, see, now we do chicken and oyster, and we use a hen. I only
look
eat
here, Pat,
shrimp and crab
these
gumbo.
callers are going to be killing us if I don't get to these calls. I just realized I'm out of time right here at the end. Let me get to a few of these. We'll talk food. You and I get on food. We'll be here for 30 more minutes talking about food.
Yeah. That won't be, and that'll be less people get a chance to get another ball in that bucket.
All right, here we
go. I'm as bad as that fella from over there in Americus, Georgia.
Yep.
That are living to death.
All right.
Have a blessed one, Ryan Fowler. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Let's go 205-342-9904, and we go to Karen here in Tuscaloosa. Karen, good afternoon. You're in the game.
Hey, Ryan.
How are you, Karen?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, it's good. Good day.
Good. Well, I'll give you my picks real quick. I know you got people that need to get in.
All right.
So I'm going to take Jacksonville State.
Jacksonville State's been a popular pick. All right.
I'm going to take SMU.
SMU, Lord, we hope so. Yes.
I know. I'm going to take Boise State.
And that game's later tonight, so we're going to be watching that.
I know.
All right. And then we got SMU total offense as our tiebreaker.
I'm going to say 351.
351. Boise State, SMU, Jacksonville State. Karen in Tuscaloosa. Karen, we got three females back to back to back. How about the ladies representing on a
That's
Friday
right.
evening?
You got to represent. I know.
All
You have a great weekend.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
We have become very, I think it's Jackson. I think Jackson's become very popular with the ladies because we're getting a lot more lady callers here lately. I mean, I don't know what it is. Mark Smart, downtown Northport under that Roll Tide Bridge. If you want to dominate the grill today or any day, they'll be cooking up some great items. Jacob's always got some great stuff, whether we're talking about all the desserts or maybe something on the grill, maybe a ribeye filet, the seafood places, and also great Christmas gift ideas. Mark Smart, downtown Northport under that Roll Tide Bridge. Let's go from Karen to Mary here in Tuscaloosa. Mary, good afternoon. You're in the game.
Hey, Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm in great. I hope you are as well.
Doing good. I know you're trying to get people in quick, but let me talk on Mark Smart for a minute.
Okay.
We have some friends that live in California.
Okay.
So every Christmas, we get stuff from Mark Smart and ship it to them for Christmas.
Oh, super cool.
We just got some Priesters pecans and pepper jelly, and they have some of the best cheese straws.
The cheese straws are made down in Selma, Alabama. They were original at that 1978 not 1978, but they have been carrying those for a long time. And that is great The Priesters pecan's incredible too. So always.
You can't get that stuff in California, so we have to send it once a year to them.
Super cool. Well, Mary, thank you. Thank you for patronizing our sponsors and telling them about you heard about it right here on the game. And when you pick up your package that you won last week for the Alabama and Auburn game, you will have a Mark Smart gift card in that package. How about that?
Oh, yay.
So.
Oh, now I'm real excited.
All right. Give me 3 picks.
Okay. So I hate to say it, but I'm going to have to go with Georgia.
Okay.
I think SMU. I hope SMU. I really, really hope.
Me too.
And then I'm going to have to say Penn State. That's where my mom's from. I got to say Penn State.
Absolutely. All right. Penn State, SMU total offensive yards.
I'm going to say 378.
378. Mary, I appreciate you listening. Thank you.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. 205-342-9904. We've actually got a few minutes left in the show if you want to squeeze in a parlay pick presented by Brian Hard Construction. Let's go to Bama Kathy. Bama Kathy, 3 picks. What's on your mind?
Hey, Ryan. How are you?
Oh, having a great day. Super.
Good. My picks will be Tulane.
Okay.
Iowa
State. Got it.
Iowa State. And Boise State.
Boise State. All right. And then we go in SMU total offensive yards.
410.
Okay. There we go. Well, thank you, Bama Kathy.
Thank you.
One line thank you, Bama Kathy. One line available if you want to jump in. Always some great options here, right here at the end. And we'll go to AC in Bangladesh. He may be the final caller. We cleaned those phone lines up pretty good. How about that, Jackson? AC Bangladesh. AC, good afternoon. You're in the game. I hope all is well.
I'm good, man. How you feeling? Thank you so much for taking my call, sir.
Well, thank you. We've missed you.
Absolutely. I miss you too. I was on vacation, you know. Let me give you my prediction. So okay. I'm gonna take the Texas Longhorns. Georgia's gonna be diminished. They're gonna be polished off. Texas is gonna win the SEC championship. I have Oregon Ducks big. I have the Army Black Knights.
Ooh, okay.
And something about SMU's yardage, whatever that is.
Hold on. Whoa. I heard Texas. I got an Army. What was the third pick?
Oregon Ducks.
Oh, Oregon. Okay. And then total offensive yards.
409. 409.
409. Texas, Army, Oregon, 409.
And I'm going to hang up by saying this. It's Mr. what's his name? Bama Nick AC. We're running the show. So all those losers out there.
Well, I mean, you haven't called in forever.
Well, you know, I told you I was on vacation. I did tell you I'm busy. What else you want me to do?
I mean, what do you go on vacation for? Like 6 months?
Well, I came back from vacation. I took a 5-day vacation. You know, you need a vacation too. And guess who's going to go on early vacation? That will be your Alabama Crimson Tide, because they're not going to win the national championship.
Well, Ohio State do you have them in the playoffs?
I mean, they're going to get in the playoffs. I mean, they're ranked number 11. They're not going to drop them. But I feel like Miami, they got robbed. I mean, if you rob Miami Hurricanes, then might as well get rid of Ohio State altogether. I mean, let's face it, Mr. Fowler. College sports is a total rigged, just like professional sports. It shows it. Oh. It's going to show you. Well, it is true. And I'm going to hang up by saying this. How about them Auburn Tigers? Who are they anyway? Love you, bro. Holla.
Thank you. Auburn's got a 4th losing season in a row. You must respect them, okay? They've lost 28 games in the last 4 years. 28 games in the last 4 years. Our good friend always reminds us there. All right, we're going to get out of here. We've actually, Jackson, get that one line right there, and then we'll be done. That'll be done. That'll be our final phone call on SEC Parlay Pick Day. And we'll take those 205-342-9904. Let me remind you about Seize the Deal. Sterling Slices and Sweets. $25 gift card for $12.50. Looking for a treat that's truly out of this world? Stop by Sterling Slices and Sweets, University Mall, Tuscaloosa's family-run spot for pizza, pasta, and freeze-dried candy with a menu. $25 gift card. You can go to Tide109.com, Tide109.com. Want to congratulate, listen, it's not a congratulations, but it is a congratulations. Reeltown beat Tuscaloosa Academy, puts the end to an amazing season for Tuscaloosa Academy. 49-13, Reeltown wins the 2A state championship. Tuscaloosa Academy will be the runner-up. Disappointing there, but hats off to an amazing season at TA. I know we get a lot of folks that support the Knights. Tuscaloosa Academy drops at 49-13. Like I said, seize the deal. Appreciate you guys. SMU, I'm going to tell you, I think Clemson's going to win that game. I don't believe in SMU.
I think so too.
It's gonna make for a long Saturday. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope I'm eating crow. I think Alabama's in the college football playoffs, but I'm gonna tell you, Saturday we won't sleep a bit. See you guys on Facebook. See you on Twitter. We want to thank our law enforcement officers, EMTs, firefighters, first responders, highway patrol. We thank you. We appreciate you. We salute you. We remind you that we call this program The Game. And the only way that you can win the big game, the game of life, is to walk daily with our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. We'll see you Monday.
Expand your tool set with professional power tools from Menards. Metabo represents the gold standard in cordless power tools. Whether you're at home or on the job site, tackle any building project with Metabo power tools. Plus, power tools make great gifts. Metabo cordless drills provide the power and function to make your next job more productive. Pick one up today for just $99 at Menards. Sale price good through December 8th.
Warm season's greetings to you all from